Hey, we're back. That is crazy, and I'm really happy to be here with all of you in lovely Cleveland, Ohio, where I have returned to after many, many years in Washington, D.C. in my
Salmon swimming upstream.
like salmon swimming upstream to breed with
Only to die.
no one, apparently, because that's the story of my life. But hi, welcome to the party. We're here and we're playing some Broken Throne. This is an 11th level game where we have a bunch of adventurers going off and doing all kinds of random, crazy stuff at this point. It was originally a Storm King's Thunder game, but the players have really taken it and made it their own, and I gotta tell you, I'm totally okay with that. So yeah, let's just go around the horn. Fen is going to be late, so we'll get him looped in once he gets here. So you may see us have to rejig our cameras at some point, but other than that, welcome to the party. If you're having fun, join the Discord. You'll see shoutouts and stuff like that. Let's go around the horn and say hi to people. And as it's been a couple of weeks, why don't you tell us a little about your character? We'll start with Zed.
Hi, how's it going? I am ZX, I guess, playing Zedrin the Storm Singer, who is an Azamar favored soul sorcerer of Kellam Vor. So I am as cleric-y as a sorcerer can get and still be all about destroying and blowing up. And but I can heal from time to time, and I can sometimes fly, and I sometimes get a little bit holy and a little bit rock and roll.
Nice. And then below that is Kim.
Hello, I'm Kimages, and I'm playing Volta. She's an Aragonasi monk, and she's finally getting into some action because this little bit of the story is about her and where she came from, and we're hanging out in her hood, and shit's getting weird, and yeah.
Sweet.
We're bopping
I
around.
love it when it gets weird.
I love it when it gets weird too.
Shit
Best.
gets weird. And we have, it says Barrick, but it's no longer Barrick. Because
the artist
Barrick,
formerly known as.
the artist formerly known as Barrick is now a muck. Tell us a little about your new character.
I'm a muckamuck. I'm currently playing Elise Mandoa, which would be Barrick's long-lost sister, is sort of returning to the fold to, for lack of a better term, smack these people around who managed to lose her brother. Elise is similar, not for backstory, Elise is similar in build and stature to Barrick, but much thinner. And I'll do a more in-depth character description once they meet Elise, since she hasn't quite bumped into the party yet.
Awesome.
And we'll give them the sharp side of her tongue.
Excellent.
Oh dear.
And then Portia.
I am Portia. Oh, Baz is here.
Oh, already. Hey, that was perfect timing.
Good.
So go ahead and say hi, Portia.
Hi.
Or hi, and
Oh,
then
sorry.
no, you're good. And then I will get the cameras refixed as we do the last of our intros.
Okay, so I am Portia. I am playing uh the wonderful, the eloquent
Is that the word
Vale.
we're using?
Sure.
Okay.
Vale is a tabaxi. Generally paying attention to lore and different bits like that, and has recently gotten caught up with a new interesting book that is going to get her in trouble eventually.
Lots and lots of it, I hope.
Oh, so much trouble. I imagine it will come into more play when we go to a certain place to try to save someone's soul.
Yes. All right. And then below that is Brandleton.
What's going on?
What's happening?
What? Brand is the Goliath Barbarian. He's not very smart. Yet somehow he manages to get into just as much trouble as the much smarter Vale does. mostly he stands at the front taking ridiculous amounts of damage and going after shiny things. That's about it.
Nice. And last but certainly not least, Paz.
I am playing Fen. He's a Furbolg druid, and yeah, he likes a slow, nice life, and never seems to get that. So, and
Awesome. All right,
sorry
so
I was late.
it's okay. You got like work stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, real life is real life. All right,
my
so
baby's all graduated.
oh yay.
That's all.
Okay.
All my students.
So I think I fixed the camera at this point, which is awesome. All right, so when we last left our intrepid adventurers, they were seeking to attune themselves to become magically smelling like extraplanar individuals in order to gain entrance to the city of Brass. Why are they trying to get to the city of Brass? Well, because Barrack made a very bad pull from the deck of many things, and his soul was stolen by the third Lord of Hell, Dispotter, who is currently awaiting delivery of the soul, as it is prepared, corked, and bottled, along with numerous others in the city of Brass itself. Should it get to the third level of hell before the players get to it, it'll be incredibly difficult to get it back. So the players are under some time pressure in order to attune themselves, get into the city of Brass, find the soul, recover it, and place it back in Barrack's body. This means they have been without their paladin. They find themselves now in the Feywild in what used to be a burial ground for the Eldari and others who used to live in this portion of the woods, guided here by Volta's former master of her dojo, which is just probably, well, the Feywild's weird, but is very close to this place, is where she grew up and where she got her training done. And he guided them here as a place where they could attune with the Feywild in order to become more magically attuned to it. As they entered, they found out that the place had changed radically since Volta had been here last many years ago. What once was a burial, what once was a large cemetery, has essentially been destroyed and turned into a strange complex with all these arcane runes and symbols on the walls. It is essentially an above-ground dungeon, and all of the energy seems to be moving towards one place. Our adventurers have made their way not very far into this complex yet, and have found themselves in exploring two different rooms at the same time, because it's always smart to split the party. In the southwestern room that they're looking in, there is arcane symbols on all the walls, and this water kind of flowing into a central pool. And in the upper one, there are even more arcane symbols on the walls and the floors. There's this odd brazier at the end of the room, and as Vale walked into the room, she feels this touch on her thigh as a woman looks up and goes, "Oh my God, help me. They killed my family, they killed my friends, and they're going to kill me next." And that is where we're starting today.
We have
What
to
does
pry
the
Vale off
woman's
the
face
ceiling.
look like? Does it look normal?
It is an elven woman who is dressed in rags, has these chains around her hands, and is looking up at you pleadingly as if she has been here for a long time, looks very hungry.
Vale will like grab something out of her bag, like some kind of food, and kind of like put it in her hands for a moment and walk forward again.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Oh, please, let me out of these chains. I must get out of here. They're gonna kill me like they killed everyone else.
Volta?
Okay, well, Volta comes up to you. Oh, go ahead, Volta.
No, I was just gonna say Volta would like to help this woman, but what happened to the others? What do you mean, kill the others?
My family, they took my family and they fed them into the machine at the center of this thing in order to power it, and he said they were coming for me next.
Why didn't they just bring you along with your family?
You can only take a few at a time, he said, and so I was the last one they decided to take. She's kind of sitting on the ground looking at you.
Naturally suspicious
Well,
of any.
insight checker.
Make an insight check.
Because that's kind of what I'm doing while I'm listening to her while I'm moving away. Which, boop.
You know what? I could. I'm gonna
Yeah,
do
if
an
you- if
insight.
you'd
Is that
like.
okay, DM?
That is absolutely okay, player.
JK. Volta don't know shit.
You don't, Vale, she seems legitimately scared to you.
Okay, so her emotions seem genuine.
You think so? While this conversation is going on, let's go back down to Zed, Brandon, Fenn in the other room. You guys find yourself in a dimly lit pool. The light in a dimly lit room. The light seems to be coming out of the water itself, as if the arcane runes that have been carved into these like small creeks, essentially, that lead to this central pool that you see up at the northern part of the room 10 there, are illuminating the room through the water, and it gives like this shimmering light to it. What are you guys doing?
I'll walk up to the pool and kind of dip my hand in it and see if there's anything I can determine from that. Is it warm? Is it cool?
As
Does it look
you
very deep?
Yes. As you dip your hand into the pool, two things happen. First, you notice a key down there. As you're putting your hand in, as you look down at the pool, you see a key, like a very silver key down there. Do you still want to put your hand in the pool?
I'm actually going to call for Volta since she's good at water, better water than me anyway.
She's in another room.
Yeah, this is happening simultaneously. You can call for her.
I'll yell, Volta!
Why? I mean, I'm not her, but why?
Yeah.
You know how to
can
swim? I'm not very good at swimming. I'm too dense.
What?
There's a key down here.
I'll move next to Brandon.
Yeah, at the bottom of the pool there is a key.
Well, go get it. You can swim, can't you?
No, I'm very dense. I mean, I can kind of, but I'm very dense. I don't swim very well.
How deep is the well?
It's hard. Make anybody looking down into it, go ahead and make me a perception check.
Do I need to be right next to it?
You can be within 10 feet of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hang on one sec. I actually did not have my character.
Fail.
Perception.
Or perception twin.
Yeah.
Yay! I like it.
I'm
Hang
about as
on.
dense as you are.
I clicked it. It didn't do anything. Okay, let's try it again.
Did it query you for something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there it is. Hang on.
So do you notice? So Brandon Fenn, it's like the water is moving actively, and so it's kind of hard to tell for you guys. But Zed, it's only like 3 or 4 feet deep. But you know that it's not actually in the center of the pool. It's kind of off to the side a little bit. It's just the reflection of the water moving makes it seem like it's directly centered in the pool.
Oh, hey, it's okay. It's off to the side a little bit. It's not right there. There's like refraction and light and stuff. Do you see guys where I'm pointing now? Appointing.
Oh, okay. Wait, you say it's 3 or 4 feet deep? I asked how deep it was. Come on.
Yeah, it's like 3 or 4 feet deep.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna reach in there and grab it then.
All right, as you reach in and grab it, the water around you starts to swirl, and raising up is this sea serpent made entirely out of water, and it rears its head back and strikes at you.
Oh,
Sweet.
Flame bolt.
Twink. And it actually misses you as it comes down. It goes and splashes next to you. But when that happens, the key moves out of the way and you can't grab it.
Oh, it's a slippery little devil.
Okay, that's you guys.
it's wet.
Volta and Portia. You hear this water kind of sploosh echo through the hallway behind you, and this.
They had to touch the water.
I'm gonna unlock this lady and be like, look, I wish you the best. I think there's another matter that we have to attend to at the moment.
Okay. Oh my god, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so happy you've done that. I'm gonna go home now.
I'm gonna
go
keep
home.
walking forward.
Okay. 1 second, please.
Damn it.
AKA, your insight check sucked.
Yeah. And then
AKA, I should've
dropping
left this bitch locked up.
dropping her seeming, this woman stands up and you are confronted with what seems to be all of the horror of Fey glory, right? You, Volta, are very specifically familiar with running into Fey creatures, having been here for a long time, and you know that they can personify all sorts of different things. And one of the things you notice as she starts to stand up and she drops this kind of false appearance, first of all, she is, if there is a way to be terribly beautiful, that is who she is. She emanates like Galadriel in, I think it's the first movie, when she's like, I have passed this test and shall travel, when she's looking in and she's got kind of that blue energy roiling off of her, right? In the first Lord of the Rings movie. But what's extra creepy is that she also, every once in a while, you see this beetle come up through her clothing, crawl across her face or crawl across her hand. And I need both of you to make wisdom saving throws. And I need everybody to roll initiative.
My
Okay.
mouse was literally hovering over it for a while.
God,
I knew it was coming.
Right?
I rolled a 15, but I didn't click on myself first.
That's okay. Volta, you are stunned by her glory and beauty.
That was an initiative. Oh, there's her wisdom save. Sorry. Found it. I
So-
updated mine.
Okay. Doink.
Seven.
And then, and that includes you, Elise.
It didn't take for some reason.
That's weird. Okay, I'll add your turn. What did you roll? 14. Okay. Doink. And, awesome. So, as this happens, pouring out of the walls are all of these beetles as well, of all these different colors, that seem to kind of start swarming together and moving towards you. 3.
Is it in both rooms or is that just in?
It's just in their room.
Do we hear a girly shriek in our room?
Is it coming from you?
I was gonna say you probably hear more of hissing.
Yeah.
Sick burn.
Sick burn. Okay. All right, so she is going first. This Shadow Fae. She's kind of wearing this very dark iron armor, and it has these really intricate but like rose and thorn sorts of patterns scrolling across the chest plate and arm plates. She has this red sort of skirt covering her leg armor as well, and she has this incredibly sort of terrifying mane to her. So she's gonna. You see her at first just look at you, Volta, and then look at Vale, and this pulse of energy comes off of her. And I need both of you to make fortitude saving throws.
What the heck is a fortitude saving throw?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, a constitution saving throw.
I was like, how do I click that?
Wait a second.
He
Yeah,
was
That doesn't sound right.
backdating his terms for a moment.
I was accidentally. All right. So Volta, you are now knocked prone. You are still stunned. And
But now I'm horizontal.
but now you're horizontal. We'll also take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 points of psychic damage. Vale, you will take 6 points of psychic damage.
6.
Yeah.
Am I able to evasion it to half?
Yes.
No.
This is an area
No.
of no.
No,
Why? Oh, because it's psychic.
dex save.
Oh, it's
Not
not
a
a
dex
dex.
save.
Yeah, it has to be a dex save. That is
Got
correct.
you.
Yep. All right.
Just
But
checking.
Vale, it is your go. You have a skittering mass of. It's just like this pile that kind of almost grows organically and kind of whips out of beetles, kind of just trying to strike at you. But it's your go first.
I'm activating my boots of haste first.
Ba-ba-ba-wong.
Good job.
At the thing that has knocked Volta prone, I am using my longbow sneak for the turn, as she is an ally within 5 feet.
Yeah. She is not an ally within 5 feet. She is stunned and prone.
Dang it.
Sorry.
It's fine. I'll just longbow her then.
Okay. That just hits.
I don't like how you said that.
Sorry. For 12 points of damage?
Mm-hmm.
Yoink. Okay.
Then I'll take my second attack at this group of beetles behind me.
Okay. That actually misses. You
Dang.
you go to shoot at them, and it's like they create this hole as the arrow goes to fly through. You would also have
Oh, I had
disadvantage
that
on the
exact
attack.
same visual in my head.
Yeah. You also, because you're in melee with them, you would have disadvantage on the attack. But if you crit, I mean, roll again. Oh no, it wouldn't matter because you're gonna miss. So don't even. Yeah, that's fine. Yoink. I'm doing a little conversion as we go on from some 4E stats, so bear with me. Which is why I said fortitude instead of constitution earlier. Anything else, Vale?
I will go ahead and take a small amount of movement to
Oh,
enforce.
the one thing I forgot is at the beginning of your turn, give me a constitution saving throw.
We did that.
No, I need actually another one from these guys. I forgot about it.
From who?
From the beetles. You take 5 points of poison damage.
Okay. I move to a more central location of the room, away from the poisonous beetles that I don't like.
Okay. And that's it for them, so Fend.
Real fast as a role-playing thing,
Yep.
as the attack starts happening, I turn to Fen and I ask, does it feel like we just went into combat rounds to you?
I look at him like he's crazy, which is no different than I normally look at him.
I smell combat. I smell initiative.
Okay. So now the question is, how many rounds will it take? It'll take like 3 rounds for me to get there.
There's another door up here.
Oh,
And none of you can see that guy yet, but once you come through the door, you will be able to.
okay. Can I avoid stepping on the little, these little thingies if I walk up there?
Yeah,
I
absolutely. You
jump
can
over
kind of
them?
hot skip and jump over them.
Yeah.
They don't pose any
Okay.
significant difficulty.
I'm going to... I have a 30-foot speed. Okay. I'm going to move into the doorway
Okay.
and be
Uh,
ready.
You see this giant swarm of beetles.
How far does it It's indicated only by that little square up there,
Yes.
or the two little squares. Okay.
It is that there. That is the giant form of beetles.
Okay. Well, I might as well. I'm gonna shillelagh up
Shillelagh up.
and barkskin up.
Boof, boom. Shillelagh is a cantrip?
Yes.
Okay, sweet. Shillelagh, bark skinned, ready for combat. Anything else?
Yep. That's my turn.
All right, swarm of beetles. This one's gonna come down here. This one's gonna come over here. All right, so swarm of beetles number 1 is going to attack Vale. And it has a swarm of mandibles. I like that.
I don't like that.
What's your AC?
My AC is, I believe, still 15.
Yep, you get hit twice. As
Great.
these whips of small beetles just come, and you feel these like raking bites kind of crawl across your arms. Each one's going to do 2d10 or 1d10 plus 1d6 poison. So it's 1d10. Yeah, so it's going to be 6 normal and 5 poison from the first attack. And then 10 normal and 3 poison from the second attack.
So 24 total.
Yeah. And then with advantage on Volta, first attack crits. Second attack, actually, what's your AC, Volta?
18.
Actually misses. All right, so it is as if you were hit twice with one hit. So it's going to be almost max damage. Jesus. 24 normal, and then 10 poison.
So 34?
Yeah.
Can you stop it?
As they you feel all
Like,
these
back
beetles
off.
swarm over your body and just like start tearing at your flesh.
Barrick, I'll be with you in a moment.
Elise, you don't even need to make a perception test. You hear like arrows plinging off walls, somebody slung a spell, coming from a room to the north of you.
Morons. All right, command word, I hop on my broom,
Yeah,
and I will fly up there.
nice.
There's no,
what's it-
there's
What is
no,
it with you and mounts?
there's
I'm
no,
a hop on my broom.
Hey, it's
there's
the...
no this isn't covered, right? This is an open air.
Oh, no, it's got a ceiling. It's all got ceilings.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
Are you
It's
playing
40
Harry
feet.
Potter?
A
It's
very
40
bitchy
feet
Harry
Hermione.
Potter.
Hermione, actually.
Yeah, it's Leviosa. Yeah.
Not Leviosa.
All right, so I'll fly.
Yeah, this is 40 feet to make it easy, right there.
Right, and I fly 50, so I'm.
Yeah,
gonna
no,
go
I'm
fast.
just letting you know for the navigating the... So you get
I know.
200. Yeah.
All right, I already measured it.
Okay, cool. Are you able to move yourself? I thought I gave you control.
50 is there,
Yeah.
and then now I'm outside.
Yep. And so this is also a covered building?
Is this a flat roof building? What does it look like?
It is a flat roof building. So it's essentially made from all these old gray stones that look like they used to be part of like burial cairns, right? So it's these walls are not like flat block. They're like rough sort of like stones stacked on top of stones awkwardly with some like mud pressed in there to keep them together. One of the things you noticed when you were in the last building, though, the interiors have been polished smooth and all have like arcane runes on the walls and shit, and they're kind of glowing and pulsing.
Okay, I will fly then up to here on top.
Okay, so you are on top of the roof. It is also kind of these flat stones set together, these like gray-green sort of like field stones. Anything else?
Nope, that's it for now.
Zeg.
Okay, well, I know that there's some beetles going on over there. I know that there's also some shit happening with a party over there. So I don't like, I can't really see it very well. Fence blocking the doorway, so I'm gonna try to focus on this key.
Okay.
So I'm just double checking here. Yeah, no, so I don't have telekinesis or hand. Hey, Brand.
Yar.
I'm going in.
Got your 6.
All right.
Okay.
And I will attempt to. I'm assuming I still can see where the key is.
Yeah, you can still see where the key is. After the sea serpent struck Brand, it turned back into water again.
Okay. I'm going to attempt to reach the key
Okay.
by just going for it.
Okay, as you jump into the water, Brand, you notice this first because it's easier to see from outside than inside. You see the tops of a serpent kind of roiling, right? Like the snake body, not the head, kind of coming up out, and then it looks like diving back down, and it's going to attempt to grapple. It does. So, Zed, you feel, and it's really hard for you to see it though, this huge sort of snake-like body wrap itself around you and start crushing you.
I thought grapple was contested.
No, not in 5th edition. You have to make the save to get out of it.
Okay.
And we'll start with 8 points of damage.
Okay.
What's your Constitution bonus?
1.
Okay. It'll matter for if you start drowning. And that is your go. Brand.
Okay. My con bonus or my con save?
On bonus.
So can I still see part of the serpent?
Not anymore, because it's now fully within the pool. But you do see Zed kind of constricted in it.
Okay, I'm going to step into the pool.
Okay.
And then, assuming nothing immediately happens, I'm going to try and reach in and drag Zed out.
Okay. We need to make contested strength checks. As you go to grab him, you realize that there's a semi-solid form around him, right? And so you kind of have to figure out how to get in there and pull at it. It gives a little bit, but let's make contested strength. I rolled like shit,
Wow.
but we tied, and Defender wins ties. So you got your hands on him, but you can't get him out yet. You know he's there, and
I'm actually going to use a luck point to reroll that.
Okay, do it up.
Because that was a really crappy roll.
It was a super bad roll. Yeah,
that's so much better.
Much better. You're able to. There's this sucking sort of feeling as you pull him, and you feel 2 of the coils start to slip. As
I'm
you.
NAFTA?
Yes. That giant sucking sound. Oh my god. Welcome back to the 90s. Thank you, Zed. As you pull him free.
Sorry, 90s poli-sci jokes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to toss him out of the water. And then I will jump out of the water as well.
Okay. Yeah, you're both out of the water. Once you get out of the water, you see that the snake is non-existent anymore. Volta, make me a Constitution
one more
save.
thing. Sorry,
What's that?
real quick. I'm going to mention to Zed that maybe that's a bad idea.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go full on.
Use Mage Hand next time.
Well, if I had that spell, I might. But I've got another idea.
Okay. Volta, you're still sleepy. I'm so sorry.
Can I do anything on my turn?
You didn't make the saving throw to become
Prone and stunned. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So this is to de-stun you essentially, as you are within her aura.
Gotcha.
She's knocked you the fuck out. Sorry. It is her go. She, not seeing you as a threat as you're sleeping, is going to come up here and take some swipies at Bale.
I do not approve of this.
You see her hands turn into a similar form of these beetles and turn into these like long whip-like things as she just slashes at you twice with them. Only one will hit though. Or what did we do? We split the party. Who does that? No one should do that. And give me a Constitution saving throw.
Am I able to uncanny dodge the damage down?
Yes, you will be able to uncanny dodge the damage down because you are now suffering from the poisoned condition.
Ignore that perception roll. Sorry.
So you will have disadvantage on all attack rolls and all skill checks. You have taken 7 points of piercing damage, and then that was halved, by the way. I already halved it for you. 8. 4 points of poison damage.
How does one heal the poison condition? Is that lesser risk?
She'll make a
it
Constitution
is.
saving throw at the end of, or heal through lesser rest out.
Lesser restoration.
Yep. But Vale, it's your go.
I am getting away from this bee.
Is she mean, yo? You will suffer 2 attacks of opportunity.
Free disengage.
Oh yeah, you can use, or you can be a rogue and disengage for free, of course.
Yeah, I would like that, please.
As you run over that one square that's kind of different than all the other ones, nothing happens. Just to describe there's like a sundial on the ground, and there is this magically propelled sort of brazier hanging from the ceiling. And you don't notice it moving at first, but were you to stare at it long enough, you'd see that it was actively moving across the sundial. But continue your move.
Okay.
Yep.
Is it fire?
Yeah, it is fire in the brazier.
Okay.
The ceilings here are about 10 foot tall, and this hangs down about 3 feet, so it's at about the 7 foot level.
Okay, would I be able to take my arrow before shooting it and put it into the fire?
Sure.
Cool. I'm gonna go first for Crazy Bee,
Crazy Bee.
which means I have to roll at disadvantage.
Yes. But when you roll 2 26s, right?
Yeah.
And we'll give you an extra 1 fire damage for that. Because it was on fire, you know.
Is there any specific reaction from that?
I mean, she looks at you.
Yeah.
It isn't that. No, she does not appear to be in any way. She does not appear to be in any way harmed by.
I'll still do that same thing
Okay.
when I'm shooting at the beetles over here.
Okay. Go ahead and give me another roll to hit. A 19 just misses.
I know that already, and I don't like it.
Yeah. And so yeah. Kink. Anything else, Vale?
No, everything's staring at me. I can't stealth.
At the end of your turn, you can make a Constitution saving throw to shake off the poison.
Yes, please.
You shake off the poison.
Thank you.
Ben.
Okay, I'm going to cast Produce Flame and hurl it at that one.
Gotcha.
Make the little blingy thing. There we go.
Hits.
With 19 points of damage.
God damn. So that's.
Damn.
You notice that the flame does significantly more damage than you expected to it.
I love a Zippo.
As about a third of them, you smell and you see the smoke coming off of the pile of like riling beetles. As about half of them, a third of them, kind of melt away.
Cool.
Anything else?
That's it.
Swarms of beetles. Boink. Boink. Well, oh no, this one would actually come down here now. Doink. Okay, so swarm of beetles number 1 on Fen.
Rude.
Roll double 19s. So first hit is going to be 14 piercing and 6 poison.
No poison.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. You're immune to poison. And the second hit is going to be 5 piercing.
Okay, so what was the first one?
14.
14, so
Yeah.
19.
Yes. As again, these like, it's as if it's a single living organism made up of thousands of beetles that kind of and grow like these spines out of it and like swack you, and yeah, it's pretty terrifying. And then the other one on Vale, your AC's 15, right, Vale?
Yeah.
That'll only be one hit again. So it'll be 9 regular and 6 poison.
Evasion.
Uh,
Or uncanny dodge. Sorry.
Yep, so that'll be 9 plus 6 is 15, so 7. Anything else for you guys, Swarm of Beetles? Swarm of Beetles say no. No, we're good. Elise.
Let's see. Well, first I will fly. No, wrong button. I'll fly to there. Is there a door in front of me there that I could open?
Yeah, that is a door that you can open. It is a simple
Ree.
wooden door that is not locked. Ree. So you've gone 30?
Yes. Can you remove the AoE? I mean the fog of war.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
Can you do that for me too?
Yeah, we can do that. Doink.
Thank you.
And then kind of, well, you can see all this anyway, so we'll just do that. Doink.
And can I see whatever that chick is there?
Can you see which? This one? Yeah, I would say they have some cover. Yeah, I would give it some cover. That's all.
First I want to do an Arcana check to figure out if I can discern anything about her.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Switching thing.
Yes. You have encountered both this heraldry before in your studies and this specific sort of being. This is a shape changer. It's called an Elestri, Elesdri, and it is a form of dark fae that tends to live in the Shadowlands of the Feywild, and kind of cavorts with necromancers and stuff like that. They tend not to be friendly to good aligned creatures as well.
Okay, let me see real quick. One second, let me check something real quick.
You are playing a new character, so
Yeah.
I will not be like, come on, dude, you should know what you're doing, because it's a wizard at level 11, so...
Well, I'm just figuring out an
Something
order
good
of
one
things.
too, I'd wager.
Yeah. Luck made it.
We're gonna start off something simple. I'm gonna hideous laughter her first.
Nice! It's a wisdom saving throw?
Yeah, DC 17.
Okay. Fails. You guys all start to hear this thing laugh.
Sounds hideous.
A little freaked out, I'm not gonna lie.
Are you guys okay in there?
And then I'm
No.
gonna.
Oh, male's here.
Volta snores.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay right here.
Volta. I don't love taking people out of combat, but it's just bad luck on yours. Okay, that's it for you. Zedrin.
Okay. We are going to cast something that has been a long time coming. Really?
Yes.
Am I able to see the creature?
There is no creature.
The serpent.
You do not see a serpent.
It was in the water.
It was made of the water.
Okay. I cast magic missile
At the water.
at the water.
Into
Okay.
the darkness.
Yes.
So-
Hey, learn magic missile.
I did not learn it. I have a robe of it.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
No one learns magic missile. You get it from a magic item.
Hey, now.
There's a bunch of splashy sounds as magic missile fires
It's like
into the
skipping
water.
rocks across the pond.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a level 5 magic missile. There's a lot of water displacement.
Yeah, there's a this arcing water explosion, but no additional effect seems to happen to the
With
water.
my move action, I'll try slapping at the water afterwards.
Okay, as you slap at the water, a serpent forms and attempts to grapple you. And successfully grapples you, pulling you into the water. But you only take 3 points of damage. You are now back in the pool. Boink. You can see the key down there, but you also feel like you're starting to get constricted. Luckily, Brand is next.
Yeah, Brand's like, you should have learned your lesson. I gotta go help the other guys. Figure this out on your own.
Oh, shit.
Brand's gonna come up and around and rage and make a couple of reckless attacks at this apparently hard to hit swarm of beetles.
Yes.
Oh, not reckless because I already have advantage. Carefully measured.
Carefully measured. I like it.
And then I've got the advantage.
Yeah,
Is
you
that-
do have advantage. Indeed. It does not.
Does
That
a 26
hits.
hit?
A 26 100% hits. For not as much... It's a +2 axe. So yeah, for as much damage as you think it should. Yeah, there you go.
I did it right the second time.
23 hits for another 16. You're just like, these beetles are just starting to fly everywhere. A few of them bounce off of you, a few of them bounce off Fen. You're like surrounded in the corpses of beetles. You're using your axe almost more as a baseball bat, going through it, rather because it's just, you get more bite that way.
Yeah, doing it with the flat. Just
Yeah.
I'm
It's a
also
tennis racket.
now. Yeah, I am now also laughing though for completely different reasons. Than...
Yet the same hideousness, right?
Okay, and I'm done.
Okay, Volta, make me a Constitution saving throw.
Wait, why can't you search for?
You are awake, and you have finally been able to rest yourself out of it. You can stand up, but you don't have any movement, any attacks this turn.
I'm gonna quaff posh.
Quaff Posh.
Is a greater 44 plus
Yes.
4?
Yes.
Ah,
Quaff in that posh. Quaff in that posh. 14
Better
points of
than
healing.
nothing. All right. That's it.
Alright. It's her go. At the end of her turn, she can make a wisdom saving throw to try and shake off the laughter. She rolled an 18 plus 4 is yes. Wait, what's your spell DC actually? Let me make sure I'm not lying.
17.
Okay,
17.
so yeah. So she is no longer hideously laughing. But that was her whole turn. So she looks at Volta, looks at Vale, doesn't see her other swarm, and is trying to assess what's going on around here. Vale, give me a Constitution saving throw at the beginning of your turn.
You're muted.
Right.
Disengage, step to the side.
Yep. At the beginning of your turn, you may take 8 points of poison damage from being within its aura. So give me a Constitution saving throw. You take 8 points of poison damage. As just being around the miasma of this thing is super gross.
I'm gonna uncanny dodge. Down to 4?
No, you can't uncanny dodge that.
No,
It's not an attack. It's not an attack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
So it's just 8 points of damage, yeah. But now, yeah, you can disengage without the attack of opportunity, and then you may attack.
Okay. I'm gonna touch my arrow to the fire. It didn't seem to do a whole lot, but better than
Eh.
nothing.
Better than nothing.
Do I still have disadvantage?
No, you're no longer poisoned. You're
Okay,
dead
I
at
wanted to
disadvantage.
double check before I rolled.
Yep.
At our main nameless laughing bad guy.
Yeah, do it. Yas, queen. You do have advantage on her because she is incapacitated. But you rolled a 28. You can roll again to see if you get crit.
She's not incapacitated.
I
She
would
shook
like
it.
to for my
Oh, she
second
shook it?
attack, please.
Yeah, you said she rolled and got and stopped.
Oh, she shook it. That's right. You're right. I'm wrong. Don't listen to me.
Okay, so
Still
I
prone.
will still attack her again.
She is still prone, which means you have disadvantage on the attack.
No.
ranged attacks have disadvantage against prone targets. Or is she not prone from that? The target, they fall prone. Yeah. Boink.
There's no penalty to her. It's the penalty to the prone person.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Then you hit for 11. 12, because 1 from the fire.
Okay.
Doink.
Again.
Do it again. Do it again.
I don't
Putting
think-
it in the
I'll-
fire, doing it again.
And I love the
think-
consistency of it.
I'm rereading prone. Hang on.
Yeah, 2 arrows like land into her shoulder blades up here. It's as she's trying to bring herself up.
The attack roll against the creature has advantage if the attacker is within 5 feet. Otherwise, the attack roll has disadvantage.
Yeah, so
For prone.
yeah.
I didn't scroll down far enough.
No, no worries. We'll continue using it moving forward. I made the call for that attack already.
Okay, that's fine.
Fen,
Okay, I'm going to produce flame again.
what do you do? I produce flame.
It sounds kind of gross. Mostly
Yeah.
because of produce. It's because of produce.
It is
Right.
because of produce. And
Well,
with
produce, right? It's produce.
Produce flame.
it's produce flame.
Cabbage aflame.
Hot
It's actually
flame,
one of Dulcine's
jacket
new
and
moves in
sea.
Street Fighter 7. Flame!
Haru flame. And with that, you see
That's
the.
racist.
So
Well,
is
you-
spamming low attacks.
At the beginning of your turn, give me a Constitution saving throw. I forgot about that. And then you will destroy it after your attack, as it kind of melts away into this slag of beetle grossness.
But I need a Constitution throw.
Yeah, at the beginning of your turn, if you're within 5 feet of it, you take Constitution saving throw, or take 8 damage, but you made your Constitution saving throw, so that's good.
Yay!
All right. Swarm of beetles going after Vale. Boink, boink. Because you're there. Rolls a 1 and a 2 for 2 misses. Anything else, Fen? I'm sorry. You could have had a movement after that or something, and I forgot about it. Fen is stepped away, so we'll assume she doesn't have any movement after that. Or he doesn't have any movement after that. Elise. Yeah, Elise.
All right, fine. Quick. 2. I'll only hit 2 targets that way. Less entertaining. Does my Arcana check indicate whether or not it would be this thing would be vulnerable to anything in particular?
It is not, as far as you're aware, vulnerable to anything.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't have any specific vulnerabilities.
Okay. Let's see.
Except to love.
I mean, that happens.
Yeah.
You said they have she has slight cover from.
Yeah,
me
she'll have
from
plus
here?
2 AC on the check.
Well, we don't like that crap. So I'll move to here.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Are you trying to not be seen by the rest of the party?
No.
Okay.
I'm just trying to be surreptitious about my movement so I don't get jacked by fucking beetles.
Right?
I will Scorching Ray, but we'll bump it up.
Bump it, 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 bump it. Okay.
Hang on 1 second. Oop, that's not what I wanted to do.
But you super hit.
1. We get 3 by default and +1 for each level I bump it, right?
Yes.
Third. Alright, so. Come on. Character sheet, just cooperate. With. Crit.
Nice. Miss. Miss.
Lame.
Yeah. All right, but you hit twice for 20 points of damage. these two flame bolts Vale, Brand, Fen, and Volta. Vale, you don't see it, but you see these five like Z-like bolts of fire streak past the dark Fae. Two of them slamming her in the chest. Brand and Fen, you both notice this. Elise, you can go ahead and describe yourself.
She's wearing, I mean, again, she's about the same height as Brand. She's wearing kind of like very utilitarian, like wizard's robes, but like lots of pockets, lots of extra straps. She does have a broom strapped to her back now, has a fairly ornate magical staff in hand. She's same kind of coloring as Barrick does, but like the left side of her face is like mostly burn scars that goes up into her hair, and she has the opposite side shaved back, and all of her hair is kind of plaited into like a long braid that hangs down her back.
That's super cool. That's so cool.
No.
She
That
sounds
is so
badass.
cool.
And-
she sounds
and
fucking
looks-
badass.
Well, doesn't
and-
it be BFFs with her?
And with kind of like a bit of like, she has a bit of an air of disdain and just sort of casually like flicking the magic out at her. Also, her on top of her robes, there are like strips of heavy parchment or vellum that have like arcane like writings. So she's sort of covered in strips and bits of like
Purity
what looks like,
seals.
yes, but not, because they don't exist in this game. But it looks like that, yeah. But it looks
Okay.
like notes, like it's all written in like free flowing kind of hand. So it's
That's
just covered.
handy.
And she kind of
I
like
need to write notes in
she
my hand.
flutters a little bit when she moves, but like as she strode in, that's her.
That's
That's great.
That's
Is
pretty
is she human or
Yes,
some-
yes.
Okay.
yeah.
And so,
At
I mean,
least
you've known Barrick long enough to if you want to, you can see the family resemblance.
Mm.
All right. Zed, are you back? I thought you said you stepped away for a second.
What?
Yeah, okay. Never mind. All right, so you are currently grappled. On your turn, at the end of your turn, you are able to attempt to get out of this, but during your turn, you will take 14 points of force damage,
How am I taking damage on my turn?
because the effect happens to you on your turn.
Okay.
It is as if it was a trap, which it is.
Ah.
Hey, check for trap.
One,
See,
not my job. Two, you're in the food informant.
but go ahead and make a strength check.
This is
Well,
like
so
Bard's
first I
Tale.
need to know: have I been pulled into the water?
Oh yeah, you got pulled into the water last turn when it grappled you as you attempted to grab the key.
Okay.
As when you
So
slapped the water, it went.
Okay, so it instantly is able to do that.
Yeah, if you interact at this point, you're smart enough to know that if you interact with the water, that's what triggers a trap.
You'd think he'd smart enough to know that.
Or
Wah, wah.
I needed to ask the question for speed purposes, because what I do on my turn matters as to whether or not I'm in water or about to be in water.
Yes,
So,
you are in water. You are grappled, which means as long as the spell does not have, in this case, I'm going to rule it as long as the spell does not have a somatic or verbal component, you can cast it because you're underwater and can't talk.
I should be able to do somatic in theory, but the verbal already killed 90% of what I can do.
Yeah.
So instead, I go for my immovable rod,
Yeah.
and I try to thrust my arm above the water and turn it on and pull.
Make a strength saving throw.
No. Does that give me advantage?
No. Because the difficulty here isn't thrusting your arm out of the water, it's breaking yourself out of the constrictor, right? Because you're like this, constricted by the serpent. You're like you're
Well,
trapped in some
But
awkward
it
way
doesn't
up
say I'm
against your.
restrained, it says I'm grappled.
Oh, that's
So my
true.
movement speed is 0, but nothing else changes.
That is true. So yes, you could if you make go ahead and make a strength saving throw. Do I want to give you advantage on that? Team, what do you think? He is currently grappled and underwater by a magical serpent. He is thrusting his
I
arm.
wouldn't imagine
Can't
he
you-
could get
I
from
mean,
it, honestly.
I thought to escape from grapple, don't you use either the best of athletics or whatever the hell it is? I don't remember what the effect is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if you want to,
Acrobatics
instead of
or
making a
athletics?
strength saving throw, you can use the better of athletics or
I
acrobatics.
just, let's look
And
up
if you
grapple.
use athletics, I will give you advantage for the immovable rod.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'll do it. All right.
The old version. I don't even remember anymore.
I'll allow it.
Yeah, grab-
Works for me. Nope.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Woo!
13 not enough?
13 is not enough.
Okay.
You got that mighty -1. That's cray.
Yeah, but I figured that advantage on a
With two rolls is
-1
way better.
would still be better than rolling
Oh, yeah.
once with a +3.
No, absolutely. I think that's probably right. Brand.
All right. Brand takes a look at Elise and decides that if she's throwing fireballs at the thing that's hurting his friends, she's probably okay. So he's going to come up here. He's going to look over and then charge the big
Nice.
bad witch. I will make reckless attacks.
Okay. Hits. 21. Hits for 13.
Works for me. I'll
That-
yell back at Finn. See if Zed needs help. He's kind of being a dumbass right now.
Anything else, Brad?
So
That's it.
As you bring your axe around the first time and the second time, you have cleaved into this armor and have put this horrible gash in her leg. She's starting to look really fucked up as it comes to Volta's turn.
Finally! I'm gonna come up on this bitch. I'm gonna kick her in the face.
With advantage. Not that you needed it for that one. So tell me, with your first kick, how do you want to take her out?
I want to put my foot directly through the middle of her face and just crush her head.
As she turns around to defend against you, you do one of those like classic like high kicks, right? And for a moment, in the glow of the brazier, you get this amazing sort of backlit like uber monk sort of pose, as there's this horrible crunching noise as you almost cave in the front of her face. There's this, and you see her nose kind of flatten out and her eyes go limp. Her eyes go limp. Her eyes kind of roll back into her head as she.
What do non-limp eyes look like?
Normal eyes. Shut up.
Little light in the eyeballs.
Yeah.
Are my
Eye of the
eyes
tiger.
taut right now?
I would think your eyes your eyes are pretty taut right now. It's taut. It's taut. Okay. And with that, you still have movement and like at least one attack left.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go to this thing and gonna use my other kick.
Hits.
And I'm gonna spend a key and punch it.
I'm gonna punch it. I'm gonna punch it.
Oop,
I'm gonna
wrong
miss
button.
with it. But you missed. I'm sorry.
And
Oh, the
crit.
second one crits. Nice. It's just these beetles flying everywhere off of it. Is
Perfect,
And
that's
it-
it.
awesome. Veil.
No, I was fucking right. Well, except not because it's a trap. That's why.
It's a trap.
Grapple
Veil.
checks are contested. If I wanted to grapple someone else, it would be. But it's a trap, so it just does its trap thing, I guess.
It does its trap thing. Veil, let's start with a Constitution saving throw, and then you get to make your turn. You may or may not be muted. 21, so you do not take the damage.
Good.
You are muted.
I fixed it.
I fixed it.
All right, so. Trying to think. I have an ally within 5 feet now.
You do have an ally within 5 feet.
Boop.
You should move away first.
You should move away first, otherwise you have disadvantage on the attack roll.
Fine. Then boop.
Still missed.
Yeah, I still missed.
Yeah, but it's
But-
longbow sneak for the second as well because you haven't actually hit yet. And
These
still
beetles are
miss.
stupid.
Screw these beetles. Yeah. Swarms are a bitch. Anything else, Vale?
No.
Okay. Fed.
Okay. So, you said I have to be within 10 feet to look into the pool?
Well, you would to have any clarity on what's going on in the pool, yeah.
Okay. Well, in that case, I might as well move close.
Okay.
Okay. I'm standing above the surface.
Yes.
Can I do a perception check to see if there's any way to disengage the trap?
So, are you are certain that this is a magical trap?
Okay.
So,
well, in that case,
yeah.
I will dispel it.
Okay.
I will attempt to dispel it.
Yeah. Give me a roll with your caster bonus.
Sure, give me 1 second. I'm going to cast it at a level 5.
That's really...
So, any spell of 5th level or lower on the target ends. So I guess I'm casting it on Zed.
Oh, you'd be casting it on the trap.
Okay.
Yeah. Which
Then
is
in that
essentially
case,
the
yeah.
pool. And I'll need you to roll a d20 plus your caster level.
Okay. So, which is 10 plus
Oh.
spells level.
Yeah, 10. It's
Wait.
10 plus spell.
Okay. So, plus 15. So.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's all good. It's not like you
Yeah.
spell all the time. I'm just curious as to why he said first
So, plus
Nice.
15.
and not
Holy
some fire spell
shit.
that would like boil the water away.
All right.
That was
Yeah.
what was going to happen next, but I figured that it was immune to fire because it's a water thing.
It's just it's immune to a little bit of fire. It's not
So do
immune
you feel
to a
the
lot
grip?
of fire.
Yeah.
Dissipate.
As I'm like floating. Like, thanks! Swim, trying to get the key.
Do you need any healing?
No!
Great. So, since I only took half of a move
Yeah.
to get here, can I move a second time in the same round?
Yeah, absolutely. You can move another 15 feet.
That's what it'd be.
Back to where I was. Okay.
Yeah. Like, I got this.
Don't say I never did anything for you.
Swarm of Beetles is going to go after you, Volta. Crits again and misses on the second. Jesus, guy.
Can you not? Like, is there any? I can't evade it because it's not Dex, right?
It is not, but it didn't roll the greatest damage ever. It rolled 20 piercing, and then 2 poison.
Not the greatest damage ever?
Well, I mean, it could. I rolled double ones on the poison.
So 22.
22 total, yes.
Ouch.
Elise. And it's actually going to move up 1. Doink.
And does the actually
They're
I
level
s-
11.
where the hell is my? Why is that not? Dumb spell. Doo-doo. Why is it not listed in my? Oh well. I'll just toll the dead.
Dong. They have incredibly crappy wisdom saves. What's your spell DC?
17.
Fails. And it is wounded, so it'll be 3d12.
3d12. Okay.
Yep.
Doo-doo.
Bong. Nice, 28 points of damage. Almost of their own accord, you see about a third of what's left of the beetles, and just kind of give up the ghost and slough off this pile of giant, or normal-sized but incredibly intense edgelord beetles. Anything else, Elise?
Beetle Lord. No, I'm good. I'll hang out
Okay.
here.
Zed, you find yourself halfway submerged in a pool with what looks like a platinum key at the bottom of it.
Okay. Well, the pool is, you said, 3 to 4 feet deep, right?
Yeah, but you were, pulled into it, and so
Yeah.
you're,
Well, so I I right myself.
Mm-hmm.
Bend down. Get
You're
the
like,
key.
somebody help me! Somebody help me! Stand up, man. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Bend down. Get the key.
Yep. You grab the key.
Use my immovable rod to help myself gently out of the pool.
You get out of the pool.
Click off the rod. Put it in my pocket.
And I'll give you 20 feet of movement after that.
Okay. I will walk over to Fen and go, hey, what's going on?
What's this?
stop! 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 Just,
Brad.
I mean, it's like, that robe's got to be like 20 yards long, just drenched.
Can I prestidigitate myself dry?
Yeah, actually, you don't have any like scrolls on you or anything, do you?
They're all in a scroll case in a bag of holding.
Oh, are they? Okay, good.
Yeah, I don't cast from scrolls really.
How much
didn't think you
water
did.
got in the bag of holding?
None. It's magically sealed. Yeah, I tend to think it's magical. It's fine. You have you have to put things in it with intent.
I pop on over to Fen. Hey, what I missed? What's going on? What's up?
You
Beatles.
yeah, you almost drowned.
Twice, in fact.
There's a new lady up there. She looks like Barrick,
Really? Oh shit.
maybe.
Just kind of lean over. Oh, yeah.
All right.
That's
Are
what
we-
I got.
Are we
Barrick,
around?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
I'm gonna come.
There's Beatles left. He's gonna go
I'm gonna
beetle 'em
smash
up.
the Beatles. I'm gonna make some beetle juice.
Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
Beetle
Smash
guy?
the
Smash.
Beatles.
Beetlejuice.
Beetle guys.
And
How many guys? That hits for 18.
Oh,
Nicely
shit,
done.
Beetle
Beetle
guys.
guy.
Just all the dudes.
Edelweiss?
at this point, I just have my axe in both hands, and I'm just smashing down with the flat of the axe on these beetles.
And yeah, with your
Sport.
with your last hit, enough of them have been destroyed that the rest kind of skitter off into cracks in the walls, and we're out of rounds.
Volta's wiping blood off of her face.
Oh yeah, same with the,
Just
all
so
the
much.
stupid beetle marks everywhere.
Plus one can of raid.
Oh,
Okay.
Is
So the
anybody
room
hurt?
that you're in.
I'm not doing great at all.
and neither of us are doing very well.
Are we out of rounds, Sean?
You are out of rounds, so let me describe the room you're in real quick, and then we can continue on. So the walls, the ceiling, and the floor here are covered in strange runes with twisting shapes that poke unpleasantly at your mind. It actually feels like there's like this magical presence trying to scratch at your brain a little bit. In addition, there's all these odd curves to some of the inner walls here, and you see the brazier as well, because you're standing right by it now, and it's a sundial. It seems to be very slowly, magically propelling itself across what is a 180-degree arc of time with 2 sets of 12 hours.
Weird. I prestidigitate myself dry. Poof.
I'm glad that's your biggest concern.
Can you prestidigitate me not dead?
Yeah,
I
was
can
gonna work on that.
prestidigitate anything. Buddy, come here.
Hard pass.
Hard pass.
I'll show you a hard pass.
Oh
No.
dear.
That's what's happening
Okay.
right now.
Okay.
See, this is what happens when we go out of rounds. This is why I like combat so much.
Right? Fen, you want to heal the cat lady? I'll heal the.
No, I'm just
Cat
gonna
lady.
cure mass wounds.
That's a big spell to use when we're not necessarily done for the day.
Well, I'm done for the day. It's not true. I mean, I suppose I don't have to.
Yeah, let's use our little spells.
Okay.
Teeny
Okay.
spells.
Oh, okay. Yes.
So who am I healing?
Me, please.
Okay.
I'm the other one who will need healing. So Zed, hi.
Yeah.
I mean,
Cat lady needs healing.
we could also just, I mean, instead of wasting energy, we could just maybe take a few minutes to rest and inspect this arcane object.
Yeah, we could take a short rest.
We could, yeah.
These are all the stones that were representing the memorials to those who passed.
Are there
I
more
really don't
poems
like
on these
being in
things?
this place right now.
I mean, Volta feels comfortable here.
Just a quick role-playing note, random new person is with you, and you're all just kind of cool with it.
She-
I j-
Oh,
I
she
feel
doesn't-
like, yeah, we should
she
talk
d-
to this at least.
Right, but I mean, Elise already knows who the hell you all are, so she doesn't feel the need to introduce herself. She's just inserted herself into the situation. You want to talk to her?
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, oh, so, just to clarify, who are you?
My name is Elise. You've lost my brother and are wasting time.
Oh, that was his fault. That was all his fault.
Oh, that was entirely his
He
fault.
pulled from
He
a deck
never
of many
said he had a
things,
sister.
and we're trying to rescue him. Assuming that your brother's
How long-
the guy that looks like you.
Heal now.
How long have you known Barrick? You have to watch him.
We
I
tried. We
tried
tried.
to tell him not to use that stupid thing, but
I mean, actually,
No, you
I
didn't.
did kind
No.
of encourage him a little bit.
Half of you encouraged him. Don't lie. I know. We'll take 5 here and we'll inspect these things and get on our way.
so do not spend hit dice, please. You cannot. It is
Oh. Okay.
one of the as you attempt to try and rest within this area, that effect that I was telling you about, where it feels like something is scratching at your mind, seems to be preventing you from getting to a point where you can get yourself kind of calmed down and like focused.
I will attempt to arcana the area to see how wide the effect is.
For sure.
I'm gonna use a potion then.
Did Fen, did you mask cure wounds or nah?
No, but I did just normal cure wounds, and you got 23.
Okay,
Back.
perfect.
So Elise, the issue seems to be that all of these runes, and they're not in a language. Well, what languages do you speak? I shouldn't speak out here.
Not that many. Let me look. I think I forgot to pick a third one. I got Common and Elven at the moment.
Okay. So yeah, if it's Common Elven and if a third one, it's okay.
Go ahead. Unless
Um,
it's something obvious.
It's not. Yeah, it is not an obvious choice. You don't understand what these runes are saying, but all of the runes you've encountered, you kind of now put it together. They're all kind of channeling energy, right, in a very specific pattern that seems to be moving towards like the center of this complex.
Sean, quick question.
Yeah.
As in,
Are the runes in Infernal?
They're not in Infernal. It's kind of in that area
Okay.
where you feel the energy moving towards, but it kind of moves in this sweeping arc, right? And I know
So I
it's
feel that-
black there, but like you know it's off in that way somewhere.
so I feel like that the energy is pervasive enough that it affects this entire area that we cannot find a safe nook with which to rest.
You think sleep is possible, right? Like you could probably get yourselves to like a long rest, but just kind of being conscious here means being aware of this presence in your mind.
And
It's
centered.
you feel like it's a regional effect. Yeah.
So and it's being directed over that direction.
Yes.
Is this thing causing it, or is it just directing energy?
It's like
Like
a magical funnel.
So if we can disable this part of the funnel, does the funnel go away, or is this just one part of the funnel?
This is just one part of the funnel. There are like a number of nodes, all kind of like a those pictures of like a star with like all the arcs coming into it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that, where they're all kind of feeding into this central node.
All right, so we'll have to screw with this one. Anything special about the brazier?
Yeah, as you take a look at it over time, you realize it's acting as a sundial that is ticking across 2 sets of 12 hours. The one set is a very polished, bright silver, the first set, and then the second set is a dark cast iron. And the brazier itself is set up in such a way that as it hits the sundial below it, it moves it across the numbers about once every minute.
And do I think does anything significant, is there a shift in energies when it switches from the 12-hour, the happy 12-hour to the dark 12-hour?
Not that you are aware of, and I would use your same very successful Arcana roll for that and say that no, it is definitely a magically propelled brazier, but you're not feeling a shift in the energy as it goes from what is presumably day to presumably night.
Oh, right, because there's not really day and night. It's kind of regional.
Yep.
Okay. Can I use any of my insight as a person who's familiar with this area?
For sure. What do you want to know? What are you trying to pull out of your brain?
What happens when these times change, or when do the times change?
Yeah, I
Sorry.
mean, you just generally know this information. Time is kept here because you choose to keep time here, right? When you move through the Feywild, you're literally moving through time. So if you set yourself up somewhere, you have to consciously say that, okay, I'm going to go to sleep at this hour, even though it's probably still going to be almost always dawn here, right? And so to have a timekeeping piece like this is not out of the ordinary for people who set up a permanent residence, especially if they're not originally from the Feywild, because it allows them to keep some sense of regularity. And
Okay.
yeah, so it's not unheard of, although you've never seen one like this. You've never seen one with like the brass and the cast iron outlay and all that sort of thing. But there are
Okay.
people who do keep timepieces in order to essentially retain their sanity in a place that doesn't have an obvious day-night cycle.
So would it be safe to assume that someone who's not from here may have put it here?
That is
Or-
that is a safe assumption.
Okay. Okay. I think that's all I needed to know.
So we're going to attempt to mess with this portion of the funnel, or we're going to go look for the other parts of the funnel?
I found a key.
Yeah, I would say we go looking for what the key goes to.
I can forgive you for not knowing this, but we just kind of start messing with things. That's what we do.
Well, that's why I asked if we were going to mess with this thing or mess with something else.
Either way, we're fucking with something.
The key, that seems like it was there trapped on purpose.
Anything fancy about the key?
It's platinum.
It is a platinum key.
Does it have like the number for the bus locker that it goes to on it, or
Yeah, what does it look like, Sean? Is
Safe
it
deposit
like a
box?
skeleton key?
It looks like a
Is it
platinum skeleton key. Yeah, absolutely.
Can
it's
I
got a
see
long,
it?
has a long shaft and two like kind of spherical regions at the bottom of it, like.
Can I see anywhere where it looks like it should go?
It's very
Not a-
phallic.
It's a little bit like a penis. It's a little bit like a penis.
I have spent much of my life as a key in search of a lock, but
No, you don't. There's nowhere in here where you obviously think it should go.
I don't really know the significance of the timepiece thing yet. I don't know. Maybe we just keep exploring and then kind of put this all together as we go.
All right, so are we going to go direct towards the center of the swirl, or are we going to go around the outside?
We were gonna cross the bridge, I thought, next. Wasn't that what you had said, Volta? Is that you would cross the bridge?
I missed part of that, but the bridge was. I think the bridge was what we discussed at one point.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think we were planning on going through this in the traditional path, which is the numerical order. It's all in.
Could I?
Mm-hmm. Even though we don't know they're there.
There's no numbers there. You could metagame all day long if you want, but there are no numbers there.
I'm not metagaming. That's like I thought that was what we had talked about.
Could
We were
I
using
see the
numbers
key?
for navigation before?
Could I look at the key?
Yeah, here.
I mean, yeah, the next logical
Um,
option would be to exit the way we can, which is across the bridge.
Mhm.
Unless
Sean,
there's another exit I don't see.
I'm gonna hold the key and try and do maybe Arcana or just something on it to see if it's magical and if it will point me in a direction.
Absolutely, make an Arcana check.
I'm trying to quote, the key is simply this, obey. So I'm wondering if that's literal, because I am a literal thinker.
For sure.
Obey the colon.
Oh, I totally forgot about all the poems.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I will give you that there is a faint magical glow off of it, but it is minor.
Can someone post the poems again real quick? Because I didn't
I
read them.
posted the link in our Discord chat.
They did? Where they? Sorry.
To
Copy.
the Google
Oh,
Doc.
there it is.
Paste.
There you go.
Okay, cool. 2 ways to read it.
I'll shrug and give the key back to what's his bucket, Zed.
I like just
I have
what.
a bucket now?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't realize we'd entered the censored for TV version of it. Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon.
Let our
All right.
determinants point the way.
Let's cross that bridge when we come to it. And let's-
Which will be soon,
Oh,
I think.
We've come to it.
Mhm.
One of the
There.
disturbing things you notice about the bridge is, or once you come back outside, I mean, you're definitely in the Feywild, and it's got that kind of verdant, sort of everything's hyper green and hyper alive feel to it here, because you're in like you're
clap my
both in
hands and hop on my broom.
spring and midday, but you also see all of these holes that have been dug up, and every once in a while you'll get the sense that, or you'll see like a hand sticking out of the pile, like a skeletal hand, just kind of limply kind of hanging there, as if graves have been dug up here. As you head up and cross the bridge, you notice you have 2 paths splitting off, one that goes to the north and one that goes to the south. It's up to you guys which way you want to go. I think I've revealed everything you could see from this vantage point.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by the toe. Let's go south.
There's more of those obelisks that had something broken off. Did somebody break off the top of an obelisk before?
Yeah, that would be Zed.
How'd that go for you?
I have an interesting item, but it's not really. It doesn't seem all that significant. That's what I'm saying. I think that we're getting a lot of little details of a larger picture, and we don't have enough yet to see it.
And the gray oblong shapes, those are the things that have like a hand sticking out of them, or are those just rocks?
So those are
I assume.
those are actually graves that have not been moved. When you looked at the map, when each of you looked at the map, when you first came in that first map room, these were in the position they're in now, and they're cairns to fallen Eldari and other Feywild, sentient Feywild creatures.
Volta, you would describe the path you would take through. Would you generally go up the northern path or down the southern path?
I mean, we typically would make a. Let's see. So we basically go around, up through, down, make a loop, because it's kind of a metaphor for completing
Okay,
a.
so we
path.
would need to take the northern path to do that, yes?
Mm-hmm.
That's
I
what
would say
would
yes.
do.
I
Okay.
So you guys head up to this kind of northern. There is a door up here. It's just a simple wooden clapboard door.
I will wait for everyone to gather around and then open the door.
Okay. One
I
second.
checked the door for traps.
There you go. Make a perception check.
Yay!
Yay!
Can she get an inspiration for that?
What? Yes. That is a player given inspiration. I'll allow it.
Woo!
And so that's investigation, correct? Or is it
Indeed.
perception?
It is
Okay.
investigation. Perception
There you
is notice. Investigation is actively study.
Double checking myself.
Yeah. You don't think it's trapped, at least not physically.
Well, there's no physical mechanisms on
it's
it.
mentally trapped.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm opening the door then.
For sure.
Right.
As you open the door, you're confronted with a room full of tapestries.
We come to inspect the tapestries.
You have come to inspect the tapestries. I'm just unveiling everything here. I didn't use dynamic light for this because it would have taken forever. So, are you guys gonna just kind of look down there? How are you guys approaching this room?
I'm gonna go look and we checked the other side of the room first, but I'm gonna go look at these tapestries.
Okay.
20 feet in first, and then
So yeah, as you enter
unless
the
she's
room,
not. Good.
as you guys enter the room, I'm just uncovering everything here.
See a giant 12. I attack it.
Kill the 12.
Once I get in far enough to see the room itself, I will check the room and the floor for traps.
Okay. Yeah. So as you're searching,
Should I roll again?
yeah, why not? Nice. Okay, so I'm gonna just kind of describe this whole area to you, and then you guys can do what you want with it. So the chamber is adorned with about a dozen tapestries. One has an image of a fae dancing in a ring of toadstools as thunderclouds gather overhead, and another shows a young man weeping over the corpse of a murdered maiden. One tapestry against the western wall, this one here, shows an almost life-size double door that I need to get my hand out for that and show to players. Doink. Show to everyone. All right, shows an almost life-size double door, bounded in iron and silver and covered in arcane runes. A figure clad in black is being hurled back from the door by a bolt of lightning, with obvious lockpicks flying from his fingers. His companion, who is dressed in chainmail, is leaning forward as though to stop him. The second figure is holding a key in his open hand. It is the only tapestry that shows an indoor scene. Other things you notice is the large tapestry in the southeast doesn't stand, this guy here doesn't actually stand in front of a wall. It stands in front of some kind of door. It stands in front of some additional chamber that's back here. You also notice that I'm trying to see if there's anything else that you would know. That's it for now.
Let art and image point the way.
And there is a soft glow coming from deeper into that area revealed over here.
Oh, I like a soft glow.
How much of the area should be revealed?
Everything you see.
I see.
Pink.
Okay.
Does our key look like the key that the dude is holding in the tapestry?
Well, it looks like it would fit in that lock.
Yeah.
No, in the picture of the tapestry.
Yes.
Yeah.
It looks like it would fit in the lock in the picture.
Do you suppose these are worth anything?
Let's not yet, shall we? I got a whole
Gotcha. Come back and
lecture.
Got it.
No, man, I got a whole lecture about respect. There was an object lesson involved. Look, I'm not looking to do all that shit again. Okay, so let's just leave their shit where it is for the most part. All right.
Could I see the key?
I will walk up to the tapestry
Yeah.
with my key and attempt to unlock the tapestry.
Okay. As you do, let me bring up my notes. The key actually passes into the lock itself, although you don't feel like you're hitting wall on the other side of it.
Okay.
You hear an echoing click as you turn it. There's no visible change in the tapestry or the room around you. If it's unlocked something, your best guess is it's unlocked it somewhere else in this complex.
Okay. I look at everyone. I look at that. I go, ah.
Oh,
Now, whatever you
That
guys. are super hard
almost makes up for you trying to drown yourself through.
I'm waiting for lightning to shoot out of it.
No, I'm not trying to pick it. See, there's a
Oh, that was
imagery.
where that guy went wrong. I see.
Yeah. Use the key. I used the key. I did the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, you people are tough. What a fucking tough group. All right, fine.
No.
Whatever.
I'm
Nah, it's
pretty
cool.
sure this is the problem. You guys have set yourself up with a sort of a skewed social system where, like, this is the proper response to competence. You didn't fuck it up.
You really are related to Barrick, aren't you?
Yeah.
Very.
That's like
Lady any revolts lately? Gosh.
Honestly, now all my questions are just related to your upbringing. Like, were you made to bathe every day in frigid ice water?
After half of my body got burnt in that fire, yeah, it was kind of a nice change of pace. And she's just gonna walk off over to this section over here.
Okay, as you come down.
Sorry,
here-
correction. Float. She ain't walking.
Fuck that shit. Yeah, as you come down over here, as you move past, you find yourself in another chamber with these like weird moving internal and external curves to it. And in the rough center of the room, there's a staff with a flame burning on top of it, like a torch. On the curved wall to the southeast down here, you see the same symbols you saw, the 1 through 12 and 1 through 12 in bronze and cast iron, that you saw in the previous room. And that's the room.
I would like to, since these now, like, it's the runes again in a different format, I would like to try to read them again. And you said I need to do arcane to read these runes. My helmet doesn't work, correct?
Yeah, because it is not a language, it is a magical incantation. That is correct. It's all about channeling energy to power something somewhere else. Everything, like, what you get from reading this is that there's a battery, but there are other batteries that aren't here. That this place has been transformed into using the energy of the dead here, using the energy of the Feywild, and those who come in and are trapped here. It creates a permanent source of energy powering something else somewhere else.
So somewhere else implying not even in this plane?
That's harder to determine.
Because it's not explicit enough.
It's not explicit. This is somebody's shorthand. This is some wizard somewhere wrote in some shorthand about it. Yeah.
And because he connected the whole thing together, it still works.
Because he knows what the fuck he's talking about, right?
Yeah, okay. So I explained the general of that to the group. So somehow they're connected, but since whoever made the magic knows what they're talking about, they weren't specific enough, at least on any of these.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm vaguely impressed, but since we're apparently not allowed to express that anymore, and then I just stop talking and walk away.
I mean, if you want to applaud the work of your betters.
Damn.
Is that the flamey staff thing?
Mm-hmm.
Seemed just like another object similar to the other brazier. It's just a source of light that's gonna.
Yeah, but it is not moving.
And is there? I mean, it's not. That it still has the numbers on the wall, right? So nothing's shifting in this section.
Nothing is shifting here. Unlike there's no sundial, right? There's nothing to cast a shadow on a time.
You said that. Is the staff itself have markings or anything on it?
No.
I first, before I touch it, I'm going to check and see if there are any traps within it.
Make an investigation check. You don't see any physical traps here.
All right, I reach out and I grab the staff.
It doesn't. It's in. It is. You realize it is. It's anchored into the ground.
Grip it.
Okay. Brand!
Brand is... Oh, he's back. Okay.
Brand, I need your strength.
Okay, you want to arm wrestle?
No, I want you to
Yes.
pull this out of the ground.
We didn't F with the other one. Why are we effing with this one?
Because I feel like maybe we can break it.
Wait, you want me to break it, or you want me to pull it out?
I just want you to pull it out of the stone it's stuck in.
Who do I look like? Arthur? Okay. I'll give it a try.
Flying back over here.
Yeah, give me a strength check.
Should you guys be desecrating?
I kind of have my face turned away from it as I do so.
Okay, I'm now out of line of sight.
Yeah, nothing happens. You go, and nothing comes out. I hate it. I feel
You
so.
said that the sundial was never there, right? That wasn't a part of this place. Right?
That's a question for.
Right, but
Wait, what was the
I was asking
people,
whether the sundial was here before.
None of these buildings were here before.
Well, I'm ready to move on.
So, well, if these things weren't originally here, these are desecrating them. And since they're using from what I can tell, the power of these souls to power something somewhere, it seems like to me, setting them free from that trap is actually a better idea. Is more respectful.
right, but I mean, building a city anywhere is desecration. You got to plant foundations. You got to build. You got to chop down
These
trees.
stones are the memorials to
So?
those who passed.
It could be memorials to terrible people. You don't know. I say we move on.
We're monks.
agree.
We're not that bad.
Right, but you don't know. This could be a weird monastery. Are all monasteries interested in enlightenment and truth?
Mine is.
Didn't answer my question.
Your monastery's
Well-
cemetery, right?
I'm ready to go on. Are there any other doors in this room, or is it just a tapestry?
So let me. Who studied the brazier in the other room?
You cut out there.
Who studied the brazier in the other room, the other sundial?
At least did.
I was gonna say, I think I had looked at it before as well.
All right, so both of you just give me a straight up intelligence check.
That's
sweet
by
tab.
clicking on the word, correct?
Yes.
So many tabs. Too many tabs.
Elise, you realize this is a sundial missing the dial. You can do with that what you want, but that is... You think the purpose of this room
Okay.
has something to do... Is both arcanely connected to the other room in some way, but is also...
Question though.
Yeah.
How far does the timekeeping effect exist then, right? So the whole purpose of setting up the sundial is to allow you to have like a metronome, like a tick, 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 so that you feel
Yeah.
the passage of time.
Yep.
How far does the effect extend? Do you need to have them every 20 feet, 50 feet, or is one in the background somewhere good enough for you to keep time? If that's the only thing I'm concerned with, is just giving myself a rhythm.
But it's interesting because it wasn't doing hours, right? It was every minute it went to each one of those, as if... And it's not that... So it's,
Okay,
it's obviously not a timepiece that was keeping time for, like...
Not here,
Yeah.
because who knows about the passage of time in a different plane
Yes.
or a different place. So here we're traveling at whatever rate, and that thing could be keeping time for some other place, so that I know how long I'm spending here
Yeah.
versus back in some other location. That actually is going. I mean, those are days passing someplace else,
Possibly. You don't know. Yeah.
and this one's just missing it, or it's not tracking anything because we didn't set it up. So this one's is all set up to track time in some plane somewhere. You set it up and go, okay, I want to track the time passage in the material plane, and you throw the brazier up and link it to the material plane, and it spins around at the passage of time for the material plane. They just never did that. Is that accurate?
It
Because
doesn't...
it's
It seems like
bigger
they're... It seems like there's purposefully not a dial in front of the torch.
You went all robo again there.
It's purposely not a dial for this, a sundial for this.
Yeah,
torch.
as if it's awaiting its dial.
All right, so this is half done, or it's not connected to something yet.
Like it's waiting to be connected.
Yeah, they didn't finish this one, or it's not time for it yet, or they're not ready for it yet, or phase 2 hasn't happened, or they ran into budget problems and they don't have money for braziers, fancy braziers.
Less funding.
Okay, so now we need to go. We need a third point of reference. We got to go find another one of these things to compare.
Okay.
Also, I think we
I'll also
lost
remind you of the first line, and this is the last thing I'm going to give you guys in this room.
Right.
I'm gonna-
Yeah, he's going total robot.
I'm
that.
sorry.
Everyone, like everybody.
Yeah, like Discord is
Uh-oh, Discord might be going robot.
It's being weird. Yeah, mine's not saying.
Yeah, Mike, I can hear you clearly, but like Kim and Sean and even Danielle, who's sitting next to me.
Yeah, I got my little connection graph is pretty flat. I'm not getting weird spikes.
Where do we look at that again?
The eyeball, like the connection info, is the eye next to video.
Oh, I've got all sorts of spikes.
Mine is too, yeah.
Mine's green.
Yeah, you sound fine too.
I don't know. I think I sound fine.
Yeah, Brand sounds fine.
All right,
Am I okay?
as long as we can understand each other for now, let's push through.
Okay.
Yeah.
So should we continue our spiral path around this thing? Go out and around to the north?
Yeah. And it looks like it may have calmed down even.
Well, knowing not the time to shun, the fools must find themselves undone.
Count- So basically, so that we don't know what the wrong time is, while knowing not the time to shun. The time we're supposed to not do it. We have to count the shadows to figure out where we're supposed to stand.
And given your intelligence check as well, at least from studying it, you are able to essentially track the time minute by minute. If you want, you kind of know what time the other sundial's on.
Tick, 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 tick.
Yeah, I mean, you crit it, so it's, yeah.
Well, let's keep exploring.
Okay. Which way you going?
I mean, are we gonna keep looping around to the
Was
north
there
here?
any door in that 12 area that would have allowed us to go forward that way?
No, not that you saw.
Okay, well then I guess we have to go down and around on that southern path now, because I'm
Yeah, it
guessing
looks like the north is there's not
this
much.
is blocked as well.
But
We
can go
it
around.
is not.
can go around there.
There is some additional space up here.
Volta, where would you normally go next?
We keep going, well, I would say counterclockwise.
Well, there is.
I mean,
Yeah.
would you typically go around the back of this building, or would you continue on
The
the
building
What's
was
the
not here.
building?
Yeah.
Yeah, we would just keep going counterclockwise.
Remember,
Is it
this
the
used to
building
be
right
Remember, this used to be a cemetery, and all of the gravestones were picked up. All of these
Yeah.
cairns were
And
picked
moved
up
around to make this thing.
and moved around to make this building. So, as a reminder,
Okay.
that these buildings would not have been here.
I'm going to turn to Elise, assuming she's standing right behind me here. I'm like, that's normally where Vale stands because traps happen. You should.
Oh,
look back.
I just wanted to be able to see past the edge of the thing, and I wasn't going to go any farther.
Oh, okay. Well, you can just
Brandon.
follow behind me and Vale because we like to spring the traps.
Oh, I have no problem with that. It's fine.
Okay. I just, you're new here, just making sure, protocols.
Oh, I've watched your technique.
All right, so as you guys head down this way, up to your...
Wait. Have you been scrying on us?
I just turn and look at him and put my finger on my nose, and just turn away.
Cool.
I like Elise. Okay, so as you guys move up to your north, is more trees heading off into the distance, and then probably about another 30 or 40 yards past the trees. If you were to look up that way, there's another sheer cliff down about 50 feet. That area, Volta, you would remember this from your time. That area had been just kept as a natural grove, and wasn't necessarily part of the burial complex itself. But as you come down this way, you are faced with more walls of this complex.
I'm not seeing any more doors.
I'm actually going to particularly look for doors.
For
So
sure.
I'm going to additionally try to find doors.
You do not find any additional doors as you move down.
Okay. Yeah, there's.
I see a little opening up here, though. I'm gonna move up to where I see this opening and see if there's anything to see from here. Doesn't look like there's a door here either, but I think we can go around the edge of this building without falling off the cliff.
Okay.
Factual.
So let's do that.
So the cliff does come almost up against it here. It is essentially the edge of that green as you come down and around. Herp derp derp.
Brand's not really worried about cliffs.
Yeah.
And as you guys start to circumnavigate, you realize that there's not really any doors around this way. This is all just blank stone.
Just a huge wall.
Just a huge
I remember saying we should go
wall.
south. Everyone else wanted to go north.
We had to go north first. And now we're making sure.
We're getting the completionist achievement for this map.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah, if at any point you want me to stop, just let me know.
It's up to you guys. Yeah, and it keeps coming down, coming down.
I would just say we go until we find a way in.
Go the long way round.
Coming down this
Went the long
way.
way home.
They'll never suspect it if we come around this way.
Yeah, exactly.
Around this way. So I can't actually hide the fact that there's a tunnel system. I'm sure you guys will figure that out, but that's not a path. I mean, maybe you would have thought that was a path, but I just thought of that. I wasn't quick enough on my feet.
Well, now that
Or-
you've mentioned it, I'm not going to mention it.
I now start digging. I immediately start digging.
But you don't know it's there, because...
But I dig. I win.
What are you, Minecraft?
Dig
I make
to
sure that I
win.
dig in a staircase and not straight down.
Nice. Because that way you don't have to build ladders. I like it.
Exactly,
Oh,
Terraria.
And no
And so that
lava.
you
Yeah,
don't fall into
lava.
lava.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, also no lava.
Hot lava.
Okay, so I can just
You're
unveil
so smart.
all of this. All of this.
Nerd.
And you find yourself amongst a number of graves at this point. As you come around. This is way better than actually having to draw the maps, though.
Now is
Oh, yeah. We'll be coming around the building when we come. We'll be...
Are you guys going to continue down this way?
Yep.
Okay. Those of you who are more arcanely oriented, who are actual spellcasters, as you come up to this kind of triangle-looking building, you get a significant buzz of energy off of whatever's inside of it.
My nipples erect. There must be magic nearby.
I miss Barrack.
I don't know. She seems way cooler.
He thought about his nipples just as much as I do. He just didn't talk about it.
That you think about your brother's nipples, I wish I'm not there.
But they're just nipples. It's not weird. It's not
Everyone's
weird
got-
that way. That is the one way it's safe to think about.
Everyone's got nipples.
Yeah.
I've got 6.
It'd be weirder if Barrack thought about mine. See? Yeah, the armor is really weird looking because it's just got
And as you come up around this way, you do
Brand just made
find...
something good.
Can we stop talking about nipples now?
No.
Should we say teats instead?
Doug's.
Oh
Look
my
at all
God.
those Dougs. You've got so many Dougs. Okay, so as you come around, and there is another entrance to the north of you here, into some other building within the complex.
This is
Let's
pretty
do it.
complex.
Mhm.
Hey, man.
All right, so shall we inspect the small building before we tackle the larger building?
Yes.
I mean, given how the treatment's giving your nipples, yes.
There appears to be an entrance over here off this bridge too.
To your nipples?
Yes, that you have to follow the trail to my nipples.
Brian,
I'm
over
sorry.
here.
All right, I'm back. Whew.
You okay?
Mm-hmm.
You gonna
That
make it?
entrance. We have to climb back onto the bridge, though.
Yeah, isn't it like a
How-
little cliff here?
Yeah, there's
How
the...
high up from
Oh, but you
here
can
is
walk
the
straight to
bridge?
this. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
'cause
you can
the-
walk straight onto that.
The bridge has
All
a
right,
side
so
gate.
let me bring up my notes as you finally got somewhere.
Hey now,
Uh,
we're a rock star.
We got our game on. We went to play.
It even says it in the poem. We're supposed to play.
So as you
Must
come
have
up to this structure, it does seem stranger than any of the other buildings you've seen. It connects even it connects three buildings together, but they're even more haphazardly put together than the rest of the buildings here. It's as if someone was trying to create like an artificial cave or something in putting this together.
So this is even more Minecraft.
As you guys enter, are you guys once you? All right. Are you guys going in? You see in front of you that
A hallway.
hallway.
Ah! I run away.
I'll step in and look to the left.
Would you roll me a d6, please?
Can I see through that hallway, like through the end of it,
Yeah, to the other side. Yeah.
to see that it is where we were?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. As you enter, you feel this kind of shifting under your feet. It's weird because it doesn't feel like you've gone anywhere, but it feels like you've gone a great distance at the same time. As you enter this pit, you see a few pieces of
right.
broken stone. So, a few pieces of broken stone. That this used to be divided into two parts. There's a narrower hallway to the north of you over here, and then it seems like it leads to a dead end. But you can see a few bits of old mechanism protruding from the walls as well.
Hey, Val, come check out these mechanisms.
Which wall did you say they were on, Brock?
Yeah, there. Hang on. Yeah, there.
I would like to investigate the mechanisms.
Okay. Does everybody go in, or are you guys kind of hanging out outside?
I will go in, but I want to just look down this hallway.
Yeah, you notice, and I won't even give you a perception check. As you come up to it, there's a faint shimmer of magic in front of you. It's very, being attuned to the arcane, you know that it's there, but it is, and you passed through it when you walked in on this side as well. That's some sort of portal. Those gears look just haphazardly rammed into the wall as if someone didn't know what they were doing with them.
Someone's really bad with this. Because this does absolutely nothing.
All right.
And never did. Like, somebody just shoved them here.
Okay, I'm gonna keep checking out this building.
All right, and so
There's
Zed,
a hallway over here, yeah.
as you look into here, this area is distinctively cave-like. This area is the most unwell put together compared to everything else, which has like very particularly crafted walls. Actually, you can just get all of that because it doesn't matter. Very specifically.
Someone backing up or
Yeah, me
No,
right
it's
now.
fine.
There's a
Boop, boop, boop.
microwave.
Yeah.
Okay, so cave-like, shitty walls.
Yeah. So it's an uneven cave, yeah, with broken stones in the center. Mm-hmm.
Do I see anything else of interest?
You would need to make an
Big bear.
investigation check.
I will make an investigation check.
No,
not,
nope,
not
nothing.
much. Nope,
Nope.
seems okay. Hey guys, there's a cave room here, but it seems boring.
It does boring damage? Oh man, this is fucking boring.
Brand, keep moving.
Man.
I was waiting for Zed to finish not finding out anything about that other room.
Okay, fine.
All right,
Wait, we
so
going out of the
yeah.
room?
Doink,
It was very important work I wasn't doing.
doink. There you go.
I'll be right back.
Nice.
Okay, so Brand and Vale, as you head into this room, you're suddenly in a large cavernous area, far larger than the room that you thought you were walking into. It has a large stone dome over top of it, And you, for a moment, as you enter it, feel like you're falling, and there's this sudden dizziness that washes over you as you almost stumble, as if you're stepping down into an unexpected drop. The sensation passes as swiftly as it begins, but you realize you're not where you were before. The stone and brick around you are pitted and black, and the mortar that binds the stones has these flakes that look like dried blood. There's a faint chill that emanates from the walls here, and a melancholy despair stabs at your soul. You are clearly in some kind of catacomb. There are burial niches lining the walls around you. Several marble slabs stand apart, all clearly intended to serve as someone's final resting place. But it seems like this place has been defiled in some way. There's broken bits of stone indicating spots where there were holy symbols and name plaques and other sorts of religious adornments, but they're now missing. More disturbing is the fact that although various burial shrouds and garments lie within the niches, the bodies themselves are gone.
Man, this place is fucking weird. I'm gonna look around and see if there's anything I can notice
Does
about
this
this.
feel
Alright. I'm gonna fly my way up there too.
Okay.
like the rooms that we've been in that had like that feeling that we're doing something wrong, that like, you know, we're in this place and we shouldn't be stepping on these things, like that feeling we've had in every other one of these rooms with the stones? Like, is that feeling still there?
No, this is a whole different feeling. This
Okay.
is actually somebody does everybody, let me start with this. Is everybody going in there?
I think
Sure.
there's okay,
guess
so
so.
there'll be
It's up to
4 of
you
us?
guys.
Well, we don't want to split up.
Yep.
Zed?
He stepped away, but
I will fiat that he is
walking.
walking there. Yeah. We'll drag him by the nose ring. Okay, there we go.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're all in this room that appears to be some sort of former yet heavily blood-drenched catacomb. It's larger than the room that you're seeing on this screen right now.
Can I do a religion check for anything that's still left?
You may do a religion check. You're not certain, nor could you say how you got here, but you're definitely, first of all, no longer in the Feywild. You feel
That.
disconnected from that land.
I no longer feel Girls Gone Feywild.
You no longer feel Girls Gone Feywild. The other thing you notice is that these gods are alien to you. You are really well read and well versed in much of the history of Faerun and of the pantheons of deities of many of the races who exhibit that. With a 31, I'm just going to assume that's the case. But none of the gods here resemble the gods that you know from where you're from. None of the gods whose representations you see around you are from a realm you understand.
As long as we're not in Greyhawk, I'll be fine.
Yeah, the worst.
Frock, with
Yeah.
a history check with my new favorite book, can I recognize any of them?
No, it's not demonic.
Okay.
Yeah, there's nothing demonic about this place.
Okay.
I explained that to the group. I'm like, yeah, I've done a lot of research. I have no idea what any of this stuff is, or even vaguely. We are not anywhere that most people are familiar with.
I'm going to attempt to take a step back into the hallway.
There is no door there.
Ah.
As you turn around and look, for the first time you realize that there's no exit to this room.
And the thing that appears as a double wooden door is not there either.
No, it's like as you walked into this room, it literally and physically transports you somewhere
Oh,
else.
just making sure.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Okay, I thought the double doors were there as well.
Is this anything like what Volta went through when she was training to be attuned to the Feywild?
You went
Has she
through.
been here?
You definitely went through vision quests, right? And you definitely meditated on death, but at no point in time was anything about it like what's the opposite of consecration? The defilement of
Desecration?
Yes, thank you. The desecration of the resting place of the dead. And this place is very obviously to you been desecrated. To you, this place is anathema to a lot of what you learned as a monk.
Okay. I will relay that to the group if it's any
Okay.
consequence.
So the-
What?
It's a dagger? No, man. Good vocab word, but no, not that. No. So according to the poem, though, right? All the stuff is about ignoring the logic of anything. Don't try to figure out the logic of something. You have to figure out the game this place wants us to play.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I thought we weren't supposed to play games.
Only to win, according to the poem.
I always play to win.
Let
So,
art and image
theoretically-
point the way. Abandon
so we
all
have
you
to-
think you know, for common sense leads fool astray. The key is simply this: obey.
Yeah, the wise must never strategize. We can't common sense our way out of it. We have to figure out whatever the shtick is for each area. Just like the key in the painting. Is there anything other than just wrecking shit? Did they add anything?
It's hard to tell. There's a relatively thick layer of dust over a lot of this stuff here. If somebody wants to give me...
At least they could clean, Jesus.
Right.
Well, and I actually was going to start cleaning off surfaces, looking for any kind of writing, looking for any kind... I would actually clean things,
Do you want me to roll
a
something?
piece of cloth and, wipe off
go
the
ahead
plaque,
and
trying to...
make a... So, Elise, make me an investigation check to start, and then follow up with
Lame.
Vale.
Stupid dice.
Never mind, though.
Between the two of you, you get the sense that the gods that were represented here, and there are 4 of them, were each some form of a good god, right? They each embody different aspects of lawful good or chaotic good or neutral good. One of them was kind of like an Athena sort of character, where it was like a lawful good but a war strategist, right? Another one was like a little bit like the Christian deity, where it's kind of this like resurrection of the flesh, sort of do unto others, sort of neutral good, where you should be doing good for good's sake and not because there are rules about it. The other two, there were 2 chaotic good. One was kind of a traveler, who was about bringing joy wherever they went, and the other was an artisan, who was about building public works in the service of the greater good.
Can I, within our group, assign one person to each of those?
It just like you are that one now?
No, by our characteristics. This is Vale in her head trying to put together a puzzle. Are there 4 of these slabs? There are 4 of the gods?
No, there are probably 8 freestanding sarcophagi in here. There's 4 actual destroyed religious relics, right? Like a freestanding statue of one of the deities. Broken, but you can definitely see where all the parts probably go together. And then there are a number of niches in the wall where there would have been bodies at some point, but currently there are not.
Is there anything in the sarcophagi?
As you go to open one, it's pretty heavy, but what's your strength?
Not good.
I was going to say, can we try to do it together?
Yeah. So between the 2 of you, you're able to push it off. Is anybody else doing anything? I'm doing a lot of Volta, Vale, and Elise here.
I just came back. I don't know what's happening.
Somebody tell me.
We
we're
got
stuck in
transported into a cave.
Yeah, it's
Not
full
in
of
the
gods and
Feywild.
religious art, religious items that we have no idea what any of it is.
Oh, knowledge religion?
I got a 31 on mine, and I have no idea what it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're not
From
least-
any plane we've ever heard of. And we are not physically in the Feywild anymore.
And they're not demonic.
I'm sorry. Whoa, hang on. That was a lot of information.
Yes, a lot happened in 10 feet of movement.
We're not physically in the Feywild anymore?
Nope,
Correct.
we're in a
We're-
huge cave with no doors.
Yeah,
It's a large brick room.
I think we're basically in one of those Dwemer ruins after the character has been through and looted it. So
Wait, now you say no doors. Is there the door that we came in?
Nope.
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 Brad's gotta be just kind of feeling up the walls. See if
Okay.
you can find it.
Can I get a description of the gods and goddesses and stuff again? I'm sorry.
Yes. So
They're mostly there are four of them. They're mostly good, but variations on a theme of good, like good neutral. Sorry, neutral good. I got two chaotics, and I missed what the fourth one was. There's like a
Lawful.
traveler god, and sort of
There was
a
an
A Jesus
Athena.
god.
Athena type, a war type god. Yeah, that kind of stuff.
yeah, a creator, essentially a craftsman, chaotic good god, and then a neutral good sort of Christian god that is good for
Like,
good's sake.
Do you want
Here's
Resurrection
what you
and
would have
stuff.
them do unto you, not because there's rules, but because you should.
Yes.
And these are tapestries or paintings or
They
What's
are
left of the religious artifacts that they kind of got smashed up?
Yeah, we pieced together that from searching your room. I'm gonna like
Okay.
putting stuff together. So right now we're opening a sarcophagi and trying to see what's in it.
so what all? Yeah, what all else is in this room?
Not much. Like some plinths, some like broken
Empty.
shit, some niches without bodies in them.
But the physical, non-bodily remains, like there are robes in there and stuff, but just no
Are there any,
actual remains.
Like, is there like a Shroud of Turin type thing where like we see like the form of the person that was in there?
Nope.
Just their stuff.
Just
Well,
their stuff.
brand-
Does it have the number? Does it have the correct number of limbs for humanoids?
Yes, most of them are humanoids of varying shapes and sizes.
I
But not like spider limbs or fucking
No.
weird little spider boots.
No, no spider
I-
boots.
I'll use the wand to detect magic.
Yes,
Is there anything in here that's magical?
yes,
What things?
yes. Literally, this whole room is some sort of transmutation, right? That's teleportation. For planar travel, whatever that
Right,
one. I
right.
think it's transmutation.
But that means that we're in a space that has been moved magically, but the
Yes.
stuff isn't magical, right? Like
Yeah,
this
none of the
brick isn't
stuff in here.
magical.
So the room itself, it kind of exudes this sort of planar travel magic. None of the physical remains in here, none of the robes or any of that stuff is magical. But it's as if somebody weaved into wherever this space was originally, has created some kind of sympathetic link with the Feywild, wherein when you pass through a specific gate, you are able to, it transports you immediately here. The magic itself is weaved into the walls of this place.
Okay, so we wandered into somebody's oubliette. Okay.
In the walls, you say?
I like to think of it as
Smashing
more
the
of
wall.
a donjon. If
It could be a fuck dungeon. You don't know.
Out of curiosity, have we already tried the obvious of like pushing on the wall where the door used to be?
Brand's all over that. He's
Yeah.
Okay.
I am all over it.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I rolled a 3 for investigation, so even though it's there, I'm probably not gonna find it.
he's pushing on the floor right now. It's okay.
We were trying to open the sarcophagus.
Yes, you're able to, between a group of you, like if you get Volta involved in it as well, or Fed, you guys are able to kind of push
Yeah.
it over. Then there is like rich red robes that look to have been moth-eaten, but there's no body.
You said red robes?
Yep, they're red.
Are there any identifying markings on these red robes?
I know where you're going, and there is nothing obviously marking them as Thayan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything non-obviously marking them as Thayan?
No, I would give you a free perception check on that, and nothing. Yeah, no. These are you see various different colored robes, all of the same material. It's like a very heavy crushed velvet that people were buried here in.
Are they monk ancestors' robes? Are they people that I would recognize?
They are. Having been like taught the ways how to fight in loose clothing, you could definitely. These aren't monk clothes you're used to, but you could see how these could serve the purpose of the clothes that you wear. Right. So they're kind of, as you look at them, you realize, oh, you would tightly wrap that here across the chest, but you would leave it loose at the legs. and you would have your arms open at the shoulders, but you could still wrap it around like the forearms. You see how these could be used as monk robes, indeed.
Okay.
Yeah, so it is entirely possible that this was some order of monks who was buried here.
And all right, so if we open the rest of the sarcophagi, are they all red? Or are they different colors?
No, there's a red one, a green one, a blue one, and a yellow one.
Oh.
There's not a pink one? We're missing a Power Ranger.
You are missing a Power Ranger, I'm sorry.
We're
Get back
missing
here,
a
Black
couple.
Falcon.
Couple, yeah.
I'm the Green Falcon.
I start taking a look at the different religious icons,
Okay.
Yep.
and just trying to see if I can piece together, like, I don't know, any additional information about their pantheon.
Yeah, go ahead and give me another religion check.
Is it dark in here?
It is dimly lit from the walls themselves. There is a sort of golden light that kind of emanates from the walls. No, you're not really sure.
Okay.
Elise, as you're wandering around, you see Zed kind of pick up one of the pieces of these statues. You get the impression that at least part of what's keeping this place the way it is the fact that it is desecrated. That 31 religions are going to come back a couple times as you guys get to investigate.
Brand starts cleaning up things.
Part of the way, I mean, okay, so I'll relay that to the group. And so if this is being kept here and attached here by it being fucked up, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so
Let's unfuck it.
yeah.
Do I think it is about the trying to? It is metaphysically fucked or physically fucked? Like, do we need to fix something or do we need to cleanse it?
It's the act itself, as in many things with religion. You think it's the act itself that is the metaphysical cleansing, and that possibly, if you can find a way to maybe restore some of the icons or something like that, you could.
Hey,
It may lead you in the right direction. Yeah.
In a purposeful manner.
Yes. Yeah. It's all about the intent behind what you do as much as what you do.
Intentionally
Is
trying
there-
to put
yeah,
the idols back together.
Are there enough scraps left over between the different gods, the different sarcophagi that we could fix like one thing?
Yeah, there's definitely the icons of each of the four gods, right, which stand essentially near each of the four walls, are broken, and there are some chips that you probably wouldn't be able to put back in, but there are large enough pieces that you think you could probably puzzle piece them back together.
Could I cast mending on them?
That would be interesting to see what happened.
Yeah, I don't have that one, so
I do.
go for it.
I will attempt to mend them.
You realize as you attempt to mend it, the pieces will have to be put kind of on it first. It's not going to mend until they're touching.
Right,
Yeah,
we
we
have to
gotta, like,
hold
hold it
the
all
parts
up.
together.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I will help in doing that. I will physically start picking up pieces and kind of putting them in the right places.
All right, we're going into a group skill check. So what this is going to be is we can pick up to 3 skills. I'm trying a new mechanic that I read about. In order to properly put this together and hold it in place to allow Fen to mend it, you guys can choose what skills you think might be appropriate to help, or what attributes, for that matter, might be appropriate for you to roll in order to put one of these statues back together and hold it together long enough for Fen to be able to cast the 1 minute cantrip of mending.
Perception seems likely.
Knowing
Okay.
where the pieces go.
Okay.
I can do either religion to make sure I have the shape right, or arcana, which would ever make the magic easier to bind.
I would also be able to back up on the arcana.
Could
Only
I
one
use
person-
Not on the religion.
Only one person per skill. And Volta, I heard you say acrobatics?
Would that help at all with like holding the pieces together?
Yeah, it absolutely would. Somebody physically kind of getting
Yeah,
themselves
you gotta,
around
like,
it. Yeah.
stand on my shoulders to hit the thing over here, and
Okay, so I can perception.
We already have somebody doing perception, right? Or are
Yeah.
we? Were we just listing them out? Okay.
I was
So we've
just
got
naming
a
things that
perception,
seemed
a
useful.
religion. Okay, cool. A religion, an acrobatics,
The thing I am best at does
Arcana.
not. Well,
arcana.
both of the things I am best at do not come up here. So
Yeah, I don't think you can persuade it back into the right position.
right, exactly. I can either persuade, deceive, or perform it back into where it needs to go.
Well, how magical is it?
Well, you could, you know,
I mean, I suppose the argument could be made that
I
I could
could
perform like an
And then we
active
could athletics. Okay.
artistic design.
All of those make good sense to me. So the deal is you have to succeed at the majority of skill rolls.
we're
You know-
doing 3.
It sounds like everybody's doing one at this
Oh,
point.
so we're gonna do as many as we have. Okay.
If you want, yeah, you can choose how many people you want to get involved in this.
Well,
I'd love it if everybody.
Yeah, the
was
more
involved.
the more people involved, the less each individual failure will matter.
Yes.
Yeah, then let's do that. Everybody pick something that works. And honestly, Zed, the performance of like making sure like the face lines up correctly and stuff.
Yeah,
honestly
bringing
think
an
that-
artistic eye to it.
Does that
Yeah.
work?
Or wait, I
John?
mean, what about? I mean, you said stats too.
Yeah,
'cause
you can
could
stat
do
it.
I mean, I don't know if it matters.
Well, I mean, is performance a viable option?
So tell me how you would use it again.
So it's I mean, using like an artistic eye towards making sure that the pieces look as if they're in the right spot, and
For sure. Yeah. Yeah.
And also, we are performing a rite,
Yes.
true.
right?
Yes.
Like we're, you know, like we all do this in the right sequence. We do some fancy hand movements.
Okay.
He
Well,
lights
then
the
I
brazier. And some incense.
I will contribute my performance.
Okay.
Oh yeah, but he's the priest. We're all the officiant. Like he's the officiant of the rite, as he directs us in the manner in which we reassemble it.
I love it.
I'll arcana or religion, whichever one. It's the same number for me.
And they're both
my
terrain
arcana-
skills?
my higher is perception of these.
Okay, so fail this perception and then religion for Elise, acrobatics for Volta, and
Yep.
athletics for me, and then performance from Zed.
Yep.
Then I guess
Leaving
Finn
out
does
Arcana.
Arcana.
Well, Fen,
Unless Finn doesn't want to
Fen,
Fen
I
will be
mean,
casting the
spell.
cantrip during this time.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
So then we'll just drop off Arcana and do the rest of them then.
Yep.
Right?
I love it. Let's do it.
Sub out arcana
Okay.
for performance.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Let's roll them tasty skill checks.
Perception.
yeah, now I want
Cool.
to push my button.
Yeah.
Damn. And then performance.
Yeah, I clicked it. I'm getting some lag on
Okay.
Yeah,
it.
I got a lag.
So the DC was 15. You guys had a hard time kind of getting things in position, and you found both Zed, Vale, and Elise kind of scrabbling around you guys, going, no, it's got to go there, no, you got to hold it and do this thing, as Fen is, like, casting this minute-long ritual to restore it, and just at the final second, as you, Volta, you finally tip the last piece into place, the spell finishes, and you see before you this kind of bearded, elderly female dwarf with a hammer in one hand and then these tongs in another, and it glows for a moment with this kind of divine light, and you see the room melt around you again, and you find yourself in a rough stone room. It feels like you're back in the Feywild, and each of you has an inspiration.
Woohoo!
We did it.
Yay!
Yeah.
A quick save.
5 adult red dragons attack. No, I'm totally kidding. And there are double doors in front of you, and then the way out behind you.
I open the
Zed,
double
what
doors.
was that other place that you went to in this building?
He just peeked down towards 23, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
What was that
What was what?
in that room?
There really wasn't much of anything in that room that I saw. That doesn't mean there isn't anything in that room. I just didn't see anything in that room.
I'm gonna go check again.
Right. just to be safe, I'm opening these double doors.
And it opens out into a place you recognize.
Yeah. Well, I'm just making sure, like, hopefully, like, nothing weird will happen if they, like, hey, I left the door open, the magic doesn't work, just suck
Yep.
us back in randomly again or something stupid.
I don't know
Oh
why.
crap, we're back in there again. All right, we gotta put the statue back together. Ah.
Character sheet will not let me add inspiration.
Weird. Yeah, so Vil, you make it back over there without any problem. What is it you're looking for?
So
Come to.
I'd actually never looked here before.
Yeah.
He said, oh, there wasn't anything. I'm like, I don't trust you.
For
So
sure.
I want to kind of take a good look around just to get an idea of like, what is here? This is badly done. I can tell that much just by looking at it.
Yeah, it looks like someone tried to make a cave.
Yeah, but what else is in here?
Flagstone.
Osama bin Laden.
Yes.
So, but what's this?
What's what? There's nothing there.
Me with the dated polystyrene.
Because, metagaming.
You can't see it.
Yeah, it's not
I'm
there.
saying like the corner of that room. Like, what am I seeing?
You see
Nothing.
everything, same thing you see everywhere else. Flagstone on top of flagstone.
Okay.
And
I thought
nothing
you
in here
had said
has
that there
those
were broken
runes, by the way.
stones in here.
What
There's-
rooms?
There are no runes in any of these buildings as well, by the way.
No, broken stones.
I know, I was just also pointing out that there are no runes in any of these rooms.
Oh,
Interesting.
okay. So this is like the last part that was built. At least that's what it says to me. I just want to kind of double check real quick, make sure
I fly away.
Mhm.
no like
I think it's just like saying that you fly.
that there's no wall.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That like
On
That's how
my
she
or
flies.
anything.
On
Or
her
like some
vroom,
weird
vroom.
like somebody tried to build a secret wall and it didn't work. Like the
Nope.
weird cogs in the other room.
You find nothing.
Okay. All right. Just wanted to make sure. All right. I go back. Dooba 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 doo.
It's your Scooty Puff Jr.
Whee!
And whenever you guys notice when you come in and out of this place, even though you've kind of solved the riddle of the room, you still feel like there's a moment where you're like, you step down really quick, right? Like, it's like, whoa! Okay, we're back. As if you almost slip to somewhere else, but don't.
Okay,
Like
so
the magic is kind of still there, but
Yeah.
there's a door over there, and we don't know what's here for sure. I assume it's a wall.
Where? I see not your ping. Hang on, let me zoom out. Ping again? Nope.
Below 12, there's a.
Oh yeah, there's. Oh yeah. Hang on a sec. There's a wall there, indeed. Doink.
Okay. Cool.
Yep.
So, this is our only way in, I assume?
The only entrance to that main complex that you guys have currently discovered is that one, all the way up there.
Also, I assume it also drops down. Oh,
Yeah, that's the only entrance to the place that you have discovered yet.
so
I mean-
the thing that looks like a door is not a door over here?
Wait, can you shift click for me? Shift left click? 'Cause I'm just not seeing it.
It doesn't do anything.
Okay. Can you give me a number?
It's above 18.
No, you don't see. Like, I can't help the fact that they didn't do this map right.
Oh, it
yeah.
just looks like a wooden door.
Yeah, there's nothing there. It's just more wall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And there's a.
we gotta go
Alright,
back in where we
So
went
I'm gonna
in.
go this way real quick because there's. I'm gonna fly over to the edge of this drop down.
Yeah.
What can I see that there's like a whatever's near 2? Can I see that from here? Or
Near two, so like.
there's some statues and shit. I don't know if I can see.
Oh
that
yeah,
from where-
those are the statues that where you came in, and you saw the maiden with
Oh,
the
yeah,
crone
yeah, yeah.
With
statue.
the
Yeah,
crone
yeah, yeah.
thing.
Okay.
Yep, yep.
Hey, is the I've forgotten the word for it now. But the timepiece that we
Yeah.
found. Was that an item that could be picked up and carried?
No, so the sundial and the pieces, like the numbers 1 through 12 twice, were inlaid into this kind of marble, flat on the top, but like rounded down to the floor, sort of circle. Yeah.
Does Elise see this from where she's at?
This ping again, or give me a number.
The black hole that appears
No,
to be
not
in
from
the
there.
tunnels.
She wouldn't see it. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I would totally like walk over there and look for that, but that'd be metagaming, and I don't feel right about that. But yeah, otherwise, Brand has no clue.
I'm just doing a perimeter walk and
Okay.
clearing out spaces I haven't seen.
I'm just rereading the poem real quick too.
Sean.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, where are you? That you? Oh, yeah. Twig.
Okay.
So
I'm actually gonna head back up to the tapestry room.
yeah, because it's got to be something because art and whatever is supposed to guide the way.
I'll follow Zed so he doesn't get himself in trouble again.
All right, you guys all make it back up there.
So I know that I opened a door of some kind.
Somewhere. Yeah.
Can
I'm
I
gonna stick
look
my
behind
hand
the
in
tapestry?
Tapestry.
Volta.
Yeah, so that's I
Guys.
think where we're at.
Yeah. So three of you started talking at once. I'm just going to do you in order. Volta.
Oh, I was just gonna peek behind the tapestry, see if there's anything on the wall behind them.
It is flat stone wall behind each of the tapestries, except for the one that leads into this area here. Except for the one that you guys have discovered. I think Zed was next.
I mean, I was doing basically the same thing.
Okay.
Although specifically looking behind the one that I put the key in.
Which was this one. And flat stone wall.
Okay, and this one as well, the one I'm standing like.
Flat stone wall. Yep.
I'm gonna try and put my hand through it. Alright.
I'm gonna fly past the other obelisk thing. I mean, the other brazier countdowny thing to see if
Yeah,
that
yeah.
changed at all.
It has. It's changed time. It is a different time now than it was when you were in there last.
How
But I
much
mean,
time?
isn't it always moving?
Yeah. Every minute it goes click, click.
Right. So
Like-
that
And
time
then it-
passing isn't weird for me to go back and take a peek again.
No, it's not
Yeah.
weird that you see it still moving. Yeah.
Right. I didn't know. Like that was more my point. Did
Yeah.
something? Did the orientation of everything change? Did it stop ticking? Did it?
Nope.
Okay. Then I'll fly back up this way. All right. Back to reading. Let art and image point the way. The rising. Offend.
Did we try pushing on the door in the painting?
I mean, that's basically what I just did.
Yeah.
Okay, I just double checking. Thank you.
So because you went and checked the brazier again, Elise, give me a straight intelligence check.
Do, do, do. Do, do.
Ooty puff doo doo.
Do, do.
Yeah. So the thing you realize is that you or somebody has to tell that clock what time it is.
Right,
in
because
13.
that's the where the hell is it? Count you the shadows, watch the sun. The wise know where to stand.
Yeah.
While
And-
not knowing the time to shun, fools will find themselves. So I don't know what the wrong time is.
Yeah, but
I
you
have
know
to
the
figure out-
right time.
Right. I do know what the right time is.
Absolutely. You like as I said before, you've been
That
able to kind
time?
of mentally keep track.
All right,
Having
so I
rolled
set
like
this.
a-
I set this one to the same time as the other.
In order to do so, you would need to stand in front of it or put something in front of it as a shadow.
Like anything?
Yeah, it could be anything.
Put me.
What do I like? Obviously, me just standing here doesn't do it. If I
It's
stay in the right
on the other
position?
side. I'm sorry. It's on the yeah. So this is the clock is over here, but yeah, once you stand in front of it and you know that it's 9 a.m. right now.
All right, so I
and
set it to 9.
yeah, as you stand in it and act as the sundial, You
Nice.
guys all hear this chink right here. Right there.
Take a look behind the tapestry.
There is now an open door there.
We're good?
Yeah.
Oh,
Wonder-
sweet.
I wonder if the door would have been locked had we not put the key in. Maybe it was a two-parter.
I'm assuming.
Oh yeah,
Indeed.
probably.
Here, Brand.
Or we unlocked something else.
I don't know. Brent's
They
gonna
could-
walk
Hey,
through.
did you remember to do a thing?
Wait.
Vale?
I've been doing it all day. Back off. I will do
Okay.
it when it's needed.
Alright,
So-
move up.
Brandon Vale, as you guys always take point, you hear the sound of kind of laughter and enjoyment echoing off the halls at you.
Oh, it's a party.
People chinking
I-
glasses and...
I stealth immediately. I try to be quiet and sneaky, even though I know they're not going to be.
Okay.
Brand does not notice her being stealthy because she's stealthy at it. Just keeps
Nope.
walking forwards.
Okay.
I don't communicate this.
Are you guys heading down to the end of the hallway?
Yes.
Okay, so as you head down to the end of the hallway here,
I kind of wave everybody in front of me.
you come around the corner and you see two things immediately. The first one is down to the southwest here. Oh, my note's already up. Dunk. Is a chamber with a number of peculiar walls on it. But that's not where the sound is coming from. In here, you see more of those runes covering the walls, even parts of the floor. Two of the walls are just like oddly curved as you come in here, and I'll unveil it in a second. And a few of the runes actually glow all on their own in this area. And it's another, seems to be like another power funnel. And we'll do this now. We'll do Foink.
I want to know who this architect is. Was it Bloody Stupid Jones, whatever his name was?
Yeah.
Igor
Bloody stupid
Shandor.
Johnson.
That's the one.
Yeah.
This, actually, to your east is where you heard the sound coming from. And as you guys headed down the hallway, all of you could hear it. It's not just limited to the first couple people. And it sounded like people having a party and having a great time. And generally enjoying themselves. It's some sort of feat. And Zed, as you're looking
Fate.
down... Fate, thank you. As you're looking down into that room, you see... Come on. This chamber is a luxurious, sporting a rich red kind of patterned carpet, and gleaming chandelier in the center of the ceiling. You see 5 gaming tables. Well, right now you only see 3, but if you were walking, you'd see all 5. You see 5 gaming tables around
Sweet
the
D&D.
outer edge. Each with some cards or like a baccarat sort of game on it. There's no trace of the voices as you move into that area. And then there's only what you see before you, which is those 5 tables and a big chandelier. The
There's
voices...
Nothing.
Yeah.
There's no one at the tables. The voices seem to be disembodied.
You no longer hear the voices as you kind of cross over that threshold where you are. They disappear.
All right, look out, Zed. Let me go first, and I'll walk towards the tables.
Okay. As you
What's
walk
up?
toward the first table, can you give me a wisdom saving throw?
I can certainly try.
You immediately sit down and start playing the game in front of you.
Oh God, this is so fun, guys! Come on.
It is an arcane form of poker, essentially, with 7 cards. It's a lot like Texas Hold'em.
Okay.
Like a obscure or an arcane.
Is he having like a red rum kind of moment where like he's talking to people and
No, he just
Your
seems
phone.
really excited to sit down and play and doesn't want to get up and not play anymore.
but who is he playing with?
You see the cards as shuffle themselves out. You see cards dealt to Brand. You see cards dealt to 2 other people who aren't there. And then those 2 disembodied people, you see them pick up their cards.
All right, I'm gonna walk up to the edge of the carpet.
Okay?
You said we do see 2 other people pick up their
No,
cards?
I said you do
Like
not
the-
see.
the-
The cards
but like
stand
the
up without
cards
anyone
move.
touching them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Arcana check.
Hit it. What is it you're looking for?
Is the room like is whatever happening? Is it just animated without any sentience, or is there actually people or like actual beings playing cards?
It is most definitely animated sentience. It is
So
not
no-
people. There's no invisible people here. This is the room is playing, not people are playing in the room. Yeah.
Is there a source to the animating magic?
The carpet.
No, this carpet's sweet.
Okay, I'll test it. I will, on the broom, without touching the ground, just float forward 5 feet.
Because you crit, I'll let you know that it provides an aura over to the ceiling in here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like it's not physical contact with it.
No,
it's
it is
literally emanating from
being
it.
within the.
Zone.
Yeah, it is a
Alright.
zone emanating from the carpet.
Man, I gotta tear up this carpet.
Fireball.
I will pull out my rope and attempt to lasso
Lasso.
Brand.
Okay. Yeah, make a dexterity check. Brand, you don't want to be lassoed.
I don't.
Yeah.
No.
You start kind of pushing him off, and you're like, "Stop it! I'm playing cards."
Okay.
I call
Dude, I'm winning.
Gambling Anonymous.
Brand, get the fuck over here right now.
Give me another
I-
wisdom
Shut up and
saving
come
throw.
play with
there.
me.
I was going for persuasion there. For what
Make a
it's worth.
persuasion check.
Wouldn't it be an opposed check?
It wasn't very persuading, to be fair.
Was
It
intimidating.
was-
It was
yeah.
scolding.
No, okay, it's intimidation.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
That was
Uh,
persuading as fuck.
That was as persuasive as you could possibly be. So you can make that wisdom saving throw with advantage.
I don't wanna. I'm winning.
You
Hey,
you realize that someone has forced you to sit down and play here, and you can get up if you want to.
I keep playing.
I love you so much. It appears to not have taken any effect. As he continues playing, go ahead and just roll me 3d6, Brand. I'm interested to see how you're doing.
you can dance if you want to. And use your friend.
Okay. You actually win the first round.
See?
A few gold pieces are slid over to you, like 20.
Yeah.
Brand, get over here, or I'm gonna set this room on fire.
You are free to do whatever you want at this point. You've shaken the effect off.
You're gonna light me on fire?
Not you, the room around you.
Well,
bad.
I have to give me one more hand. I have to give it a chance to win their money back.
We could just take the money once we burn the carpet.
It's not fair.
Who
I have
cares?
to give a chance to win their money back. Give me one hand.
The
One hand.
house wins.
Okay.
One hand.
They don't
One
One
exist.
hand. One more hand.
Elise,
You're playing.
So how can I play
Elise.
one more hand?
You're playing
if you've been
solitaire,
watching
dude.
us, you should know. Just let him have the hand.
It's fine. I can still keep talking. I know it's not gonna matter.
Try to roll 3 more d6 to see how that hand goes.
Yeah, if you want to, for sure. Another hand is dealt out. You play through it. Yeah, you got fucking housed. You played through it and you lost 40 gold.
All right, guys. I'm coming. I'll leave.
Okay.
Whoosh.
I mean, do we need anything from that room? It doesn't lead anywhere.
Are there like bodies or skeletons of people who
No.
No.
Nope.
Guy with a big grin on his face in the corner, propped up. Ah.
So yeah, I will cast the firebolt, which it says sets flammable objects on fire.
Excellent. It starts to catch on fire in there. And it starts kind of at this end, and I'll get it's going to take you
Heating
a
up.
couple firebolt to do it.
It's a cantrip. Just tossing
yeah.
them in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll help out. Zot.
Yeah, after a while, that's still green. Why didn't you switch like you were supposed to?
Green flame.
Whoa, hang on. This isn't balefire.
Thank you. All right.
What's wrong with your fire, man? You got to get that checked out.
Yeah, well,
It starts to catch
there
on
was
fire.
The succubus chick, and it's
Oh,
not
yeah.
in the same sense.
Oh, I was watching.
I hope you got. I hope you got a thrill out of that.
The
really.
more you go, at this point, being as close as you guys are in that, it's starting to become really hard to breathe as all of the flammable objects. And then there were a couple tapestries on the wall, all sorts of different stuff,
right.
start to burn up and get out of the way. So you guys are coming over here?
I am in my stealthiness.
Yeah, I'll keep it. I'll be able to see down the hallway, but I'll
Yeah.
move back there.
Okay.
All right, have we pissed you off yet?
Brandon and Zed, are you guys going to be standing right there? Or are you going to go check out this next room too?
We're gonna keep going too, yeah.
I want
point
to
as always.
stand far enough away that I'm not like in the
Yeah, I'm good where I
hard to breathe space, but I do want to watch it burn. I want to make sure.
am.
Okay. As you do this, for a moment where you are, the lights start to flicker. Within the hallway that you're in, Zed, and also kind of Brandon Vale where you guys are. And as this happens, the lights suddenly all go out for a moment. The only way to penetrate this at the moment is through True Sight.
Okay, so it's magical darkness.
It is
not,
magical darkness.
Okay.
And
I dropped to the ground.
Okay. You drop to the ground, and as you do, the lights come back on. And standing next to each of you is an exact copy of yourself. Elise, yours is lying on the ground. And each of them look like they're about to move to attack.
Hey, buddy, I go to give him a high five.
Good looking. He starts to swing at you with an axe, and that's where we're going to end for tonight.
That's how you know it's an evil clone, because we all know that any decent thinking clone of Brand would have
Would just-
back.
Oh, hell
Yes,
yeah.
exactly.
I shout that out as the episode ends.
Well, that was it.
Is this clone really, really ridiculously good looking?
I look amazing.
You're like, fuck, I'm hot. Damn it.
I do me.
Join us next week for the conclusion of this dungeon, I hope. No, it's been fun so far for me. I don't mean that in a mean way.
Straight hateful.
No, it's just that there's more to do out there in the world, and I can't wait for you guys to get to it. So yeah, this is Welcome to the Party. I hope everyone who was here had fun. We stream every day. In fact, we have another show starting at 8:30 tonight. Anima Distortions with the amazing DM Amber. She is taking a group of new streamers, and she herself is a new DM, so it's always fun to watch people grow through that process. This has been The Broken Throne, a game that used to be a Storm King's Thunder game, and is no longer.
Well, I mean, it still is, just with a lot of stuff piled on top of it.
Yeah, with complications, we'll say, which is how it's supposed to be anyways. I'm not in any way bitter about that. In fact, I love it. So let's go around and everybody say hey, and if you had fun, let me know. And if you want to shout yourself out in any social media way, you should. Zed.
Hey.
Hi.
You said I could say hey. Hey.
I did say
hey.
you could say hey.
Hey.
Hi, I'm Zed. I am also the GM of the New to the Party game that happens on this channel on Mondays from 6 to 9 p.m. Please come, except for the days where it starts at 6:45 because I pass out. please come and join us and check out our group of new scrappy players as they attempt to forge a new village in the wilderness against all odds, as goblins and things are constantly causing them troubles. You can
As
find
they
me, yeah, as they do, and boy do they. They just recently potentially failed to protect the budding town's newly elected mayor from an assassination attempt during his inauguration. We'll find out what happens with that on Monday. You can find me on Twitter at ZX, ZEDECXZ. Yeah, I'm digging it.
Sweet. There we go. All right, Miss Kim, you have fun tonight?
Sure did. I'm Kimages, and my Twitch is Kimages. Also, it's convenient like that. And my Twitter is at KimagesTV. And yeah, I play D&D Friday, Saturday, and now Sundays. So rip my weekends, but also yay. That's it.
I don't know why my shout-out's not working. All right, Fen, also known as Baz.
Hello. Yeah, I'm gonna be playing in the game tomorrow as well, the Blades in the Dark game.
Oh yeah, we have a new game starting tomorrow.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And I'm Tavian34 on Twitter, which is TAVYAN34.
What is
Sweet.
the Blades in the Dark game? What's the deal with that?
So the Blades in the Dark is a kind of spark punk Victorian crime drama.
What? How did I not realize that this was
I literally
happening?
talked to you about it. Yeah.
No, you did talk to me about it, and I realized that I couldn't do it because I have homework on Sundays.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I am interested, and I will probably watch it then.
Okay.
Yay.
Amok.
What up? I had a good time, as always, and I have no appreciable online presence in any way, shape, or form, but will lurk in the back of various things that are streamed by other people. So,
Very
yay.
much by design.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Awesome.
Hopefully, we will be playing something else after this that will not cause one of us to want to uninstall it. That's
Oh no! You mean Dauntless? Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck
Alas.
Dauntless.
Okay.
Oh. So I'm Portia. You can find me on Twitter at Mrs. OG Cron. It's the same thing on Instagram except underscore between Mrs. and OG. I do not Twitch. I also play the video games, but I'm probably gonna go do teacher school work because apparently I want a job.
Who doesn't want one of those?
It's
I
overrated.
mean,
Yeah.
yes, I do, but I have homework to get a job.
Yes.
Very silly.
Yeah, okay. Oh, good luck on your homework to get a job.
Thanks.
Yeah,
And then last but not least, Mr. Spock Iota himself, the Brandleton.
that's me. Yes, I had fun. I do have a Twitter, but I don't really do tweet much. I do
Fashionable.
Twitch, but I don't stream on Twitch. So, yeah, that's about it.
All right, so thank you guys. We always at the end throw her right over to someone else, and this is going to be a new person to us. Our name is Buckland RPG. I haven't met them before, but they are playing a one-shot tonight, and so we like to share the love with other D&Ders and other role players, so we're going to send it over there. Allow me to say that we love you. You should join our Discord. It is a place of joy and not safe for work posting and all sorts of other stuff. You can find the link to that down here. And yeah, that's it. We're going to be out. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.